had a hardo.
I did not, Jerry.
Talk sports with Evan and Tiki. Middays 10 to 2. WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
And away we go on this Thursday, August the 13th. We creep into mid-August and the real beginning of preseason football with about 6 games on tap for tonight. The Jets get going tomorrow night. The Giants on Saturday afternoon. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. And today the show is literally just with Shaun Morash. Continuing his vacation despite the fact that he's clickbaiting people with Ricos last night. Let's be real. The Mets lose the second straight, and last night I'm staring at Twitter and I see Evan Roberts tweet that the Ricos going live after what I thought said series win by the Mets. And I said, geez, Hoffman and Evan, are they even watching these games? Turns out they went season series win. Good job, Evan. Enjoy that vacation. Tiki, off today. He'll be back tomorrow. This is a little bit of an abbreviated show. Only 3 hours. We're taking it up until 12:55 in the Yankees pregame as they go for the sweep. Paulie LeGlue Rosenberg with me on this 3-hour journey. We'll see what kind of Cinco he's cooked up in a little while as well. We will get to the Giants and Terrion Arnold. John Harbaugh spoke on the potential addition of the cornerback facing pretty significant kidnapping charges. Jaden Daniels is coming across as an absolute petulant freaking child. And more throughout the show. But we do begin with those Yankees, who, again, will come up with the conclusion of their 3-game series with the Seattle Mariners. And they just keep winning series. And they keep winning series as many of us still continue to harbor these negative feelings over the aura of this team. But wins are what matters right now. Look, I get plenty wrong when I speak into this microphone throughout the course of the months and years here on WFAN on this show with Evan and Tiki. Evan gets plenty wrong. Tiki gets plenty wrong. Boomer, Gio, Jerry, Craig, Chris, Loogie. We all get plenty wrong. And any person with a microphone or a camera in front of you that says they don't get anything wrong, they're lying to you. And any of you listening that claim you never have a sports take that's gone wrong, it's always the big bad radio hosts, you're nuts too. But we all get plenty right too, right? So I am going to do a little bit of patting on my back to start the show. And I told you last Friday when Evan and I did the show and Evan waved the white flag on the AL East, and Evan might turn out to be right on that one too as the Rays just continue to win. I said I just kind of felt like the Yankees were on the verge of something. On Friday when we started that show ahead of the series with the Braves, we had only played 3 games, the Yankees did, off of the trade deadline. 3 games were played by Luis Garcia Jr., only 2 had been played by George Lombard since his call-up. But in the midst of that Cardinal series, whether it was that big run outburst where they still lost the game in the first game, whether it was the Game 2 victory, whether it was just the slog of a Game 3, you knew and you felt, or at least I did, something about this Yankee team was going to change. And I said on Friday night, it felt like that series with the Braves felt like it was going to be a turning point for the Yankees. And I think I was right. Because that comeback as they were getting mowed down on Friday night by Molly, and that comeback late in that game kind of shook the Yankees awake in many ways. They come back out there Saturday. They battle back in a Garrett Cole start. They win that game. And, of course, they had their typical, hey, we'll take 2 out of 3 Sunday asleep moment where they couldn't get the bats going. And that was all anybody on Monday, when we went and looked back on the Braves series, wanted to point to, was the Sunday lifeless loss. But still, it was the energy from Friday night that gave the Yankees that series win. And here we are, 2 games into the Seattle series, and last night in particular, and you're seeing this steady drumbeat of momentum continuing here for the New York Yankees, who, despite all the negative stuff, and I have spewed plenty of it, continue to win series after series after series. I have no idea where this Yankees season is going to end. If it ends with without a World Series, I will be the first one in line looking back at the trade deadline in absolute anger at Brian Cashman. The same anger I had that next morning when I came on these airwaves and screamed and yelled about it. But the truth is, life moves on. A season moves on. You can't sit there and wallow in the misery of the general manager not going as all in as he should have. The team has a job to do. The team can win in spite of the general manager, which I think has the potential to happen here. But, just 6 days ago, that Yankees series with the Braves might have truly been that turning point to kind of extinguish and say, hey, we can't worry about the trade deadline anymore. George Lombard's here. Luis Garcia Jr.'s here. Those are good additions to the team. Even if the Lombard thing was kind of masking the inability to go out there and find a bullpen arm and a catcher. I'm excited about this Yankee team. I'm excited about them. Now, last night was one of those moments where you thought they were going to have that dud-like Sunday. Before you could even settle into your seat, they were down 3-0, thanks to Will Warren. Or find the freaking game on TV. More on that in a couple minutes. But for the first time, the Yankees team that we saw in most of June and July that would have had an absolute death sentence down 3. Down 3. We're not talking about the 1-0 games, the 2-0 games that the Yankees chip away at. Down 3. The Yankee team fought its way back. And with the game tied at 5 last night, it was again George the Prodigy Lombard Jr. who started the rally with that base hit. And the Yankees end up fully reviving this offense with the CPR compressions with a 10-run outburst and, of course, 2 home runs from the suddenly surging Trent Grisham. To have a bad start when these starters, game in and game out, and this has included Ryan Weathers and Will Warren, not just the big three, continue to pitch their guts out, to then finally get that clunker of a start from Will Warren, who was well overdue for one, and have that kind of fight back and that mentality. I mean, that's stuff that's installed in them. And I think stuff that was reminded to the Yankees on Friday when they came back late. We can officially say this about the 2026 Yankees. Above any of the other BS, the New York Yankees are good. They may not be great, but they're a good team. And this goes for me too. We lose sight of that because of a combination of the injuries and because of the general manager's lack of willingness to go more all in, and it pisses you off. But it doesn't change the fact that the team is still a good team. And we're being reminded of that over the last week. Baseball is a game of ebbs and flows, ups and downs, slumps and rallies. That goes for teams and that goes for the players. Our palates aren't cleansed for being angry with this Yankee team. And part of that is because the freaking Tampa Bay Rays don't lose. They simply don't lose. I mean, they have a franchise record, 9 straight wins after their win last night. And the Yankees somehow, despite winning these series, are still 6 games back. So it frustrates you. It makes you think that this Yankee team is worse than it is. When the truth is, maybe the American League, which has this stigma of being this bad league, that's why the Yankees going to steamroll. Well, maybe the best team of the baseball actually resides in Tampa, and that's who the Yankees have had to fight off. If they were in any other division in baseball, besides the NL West, they're leading their division. And how much different a song are we singing about this Yankee team? And honestly, as the big players start to get ready to return, we're going to have more controversies. I talked about that yesterday, about who plays, who sits. And we'll get to the inevitable likely sending down or sitting of Spencer Jones. It's sure to come, even though he has revived this team as well. But are we really looking at the Rays who don't lose right now and thinking this Yankee team with this pitching, if this offense wakes up, they can't beat the Rays? Why? Because the Rays will have home field advantage? Newsflash on the Rays having home field advantage. That is a 5-game series in the second round. That will be 5 Yankee home games, as is always the case in Tampa Bay. Put the clown lipstick on me. Yell at me at 888-808-1019 that I'm the ultimate flip-flopper. If my biggest crime on this radio station is being a heartfelt fan that gets angry when anger is warranted, and gets excited when excitement is warranted, well, then sue me. I mean, that's life and that's the truth.
I'm a fat moron.
When it comes to this Yankee team, it just is. I believe in the Yankees. To what extent? That they could get to a World Series. We'll have the Dodger conversation when we have to have that Dodger conversation. But I believe in the Yankees. And they've shown some of the bullies of the National League, the Braves this past weekend, the Cubs a couple weeks ago. I know the Phillies haven't played their best baseball, the Phillies as well. They win these series versus these National League teams. And this youth infusion that has come the Yankees' way with the runway given to Spencer Jones and the week plus now that the Yankees have gotten from George Lombard Jr., combined with incredible pitching, highlighted by 3 aces, and a reliever having arguably the greatest single season a reliever in Yankee history has ever had in Brent Hedrick. And that's not a shot at Mariano. Of course you'd rather Mariano, but you get my point. That is how unbelievable Brent Hedrick has been with the 51 scoreless appearances to date. Those are elements that have been missing from the past failed Yankee attempts at championship taste. The youth infusion and the pitching dominance. That's what gives you belief. And that is how rallies like last night happen. And it's injected life in other guys. Trent Grisham has had no business for the better part of all of this season hitting leadoff for the New York Yankees. He's a career fourth outfielder that had an incredible career year last year. Sips Diet Coke. Okay. Incredible. But he has sucked this year. He's frustrating in the field, as we saw last night. But Aaron Boone, as loyal as he is to these guys, stuck with them way too long that it's actually now working out. Trent Grisham, for whatever reason, has woken up the last 3 games with 2 hits apiece in each of the last 3 games, including the 2 homers last night, which were huge. Ryan McMahon, who just a month and a half ago, I was okay playing George Lombard at third and Jose Caballero at short if it meant getting McMahon out of the lineup. Well, the truth is Ryan McMahon has now become, one of the clutch hitters in baseball. And if the Yankees are going to start getting bats woken up like Grisham and McMahon's, whoa, well, that changes a lot, doesn't it? And maybe part of this youth infusion, maybe Grisham needed Spencer Jones being a legitimate player to make him realize, this could be his last taste with the Yankees these last couple months. Wake the hell up. The same old stale versions of Yankees October's past may not actually exist with this team, despite their offensive flaws. Last night fired me the heck up, as has the past week. And I don't know how you could be a living, breathing Yankee fan and not feel that same way. Last night put the official stamp, and we have another big game coming up today. Be nice to get a sweep. That this Yankee team is a team you should believe in. 31 comeback victories. Tied with the Rays for the most in baseball. 31. Maybe all 10 of your toes are not fully in the water in believing in this Yankee team, but at least 8 of them should be. This team is different than the past couple years. And you just needed this offense to wake up to remind you that. And last night was a reminder of what could be. And a reminder that even if this team is frustratingly trailing early in games, the one thing you can say definitively about the 2026 Yankees is they are never dead. 888-808-1019. Now, as far as finding the game last night, I'm going to take us off a little bit of a beaten path here, but it has to be said. And this speaks to a Major League Baseball problem as well. You just don't know where the hell the games are sometimes. And I am usually awesome about this. I think a week ahead when it comes to some of this stuff. I don't know what it is. Maybe I took my eye off the ball, but last night, I get home, and look, this is, a me problem. But I like to watch Yankee baseball on nice nights, outside, poolside. And I like to take my little wireless DirecTV box inside in case there's like an overnight thunderstorm. It's real simple. It's one wire, unplug it, boop, bring it back out. Last night, I go outside. I go, I don't need that little cable box. Wednesday night. And what are Wednesday nights? Wednesday nights are prime nights. So I fire up the Amazon app, put it on, rub my hands together, and I kid you not, it's 6:55. I'm staring, flicking through Amazon, moving over to the right. What's this show? What's that show? Usually the Yankees are right on the main screen. I'm clicking up the sports and live TV. I'm seeing random things, soccer games, women's softball games. Where are the Yankees? And because I still don't trust streaming, I'm like, it might be a glitch. Maybe Amazon's down. Last week there was a rain delay. Amazon didn't even go to anything but, stadium coverage. I don't know why. I walked away from the TV and said at 7 o'clock it'll pop up. Stupid me, why isn't the pregame show on? It's not up. So now I'm like, all right. I grab the cable box, I plug it in. Let me go to Yes. Maybe because the series started on Monday, they shifted Amazon to Thursday. I was all screwed up. I go to Yes Network. We're replaying Old Timers Day. And I see the little thing on Yes Network. That's still 7:30. And then it clicks on me. Did I say the time of the Yankee game wrong all day? Was the Yankee game 7:30 tonight? So I clicked the over button. And I said, well, that still doesn't make any sense because the pregame show would be on. We are now at 7:10. Where the hell's the Yankee game? So now I start asking myself, all right, football's coming up. Did maybe NBC throw in some of these midweek games or Fox? You know how they usually parachute in, like as we get to August with some of these Thursday or Wednesday games. Let me check NBC. Let me check Fox. It's not there either. Where the hell's the Yankee game? So now I go to Max. I'm like, last time I was on TBS. Did they keep the TBS crew there? It's just an exclusive. I couldn't find the game. It's 7:15 now. Next thing I know, it's 7:20 when it finally dawns on me. ESPN randomly still has some baseball games. I know it was that Carl Ravitch conference. Let me put on ESPN. And there it was. And I look at the TV. As we put it on, boom, there's the ball flying out of the park. It's 3-0. I said, I just spent 25 minutes of my life aggravatingly looking for a baseball game in 5 other places before I went to ESPN. That's a problem. That's a problem. So as much as I was excited with the win, you tell the fan base, it's like turkey on Thanksgiving. Wednesday nights on Amazon. If in a Major League Baseball season, I got to go to my 5th or 6th option before I realize where a game is on for a fan of a team, it's a problem. Where the hell are the advertisements for this? I'm sure I missed it when they ran the little score bug up on Yes about the upcoming schedule. I'm sure that's where it was thrown in there. I had no freaking idea. Thank God the Yankees came back, because if they lost that game and got blown out and they were down 3-0 before I could watch, Shawnee was going to be pissed. And so here's my little message to you if you have that problem with me as well. Friday night, Apple TV. Disgrace. How many of these games need to be on different channels? So that's the part of the Yankees that pisses me off.
It's hard to get Peacock.
It's hard to get the games. I wanted to get the game. So I'm believing in the Yankees. I'm not believing in Major League Baseball and their TV package. Put the clown makeup on me, and let's get this Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash without Evan and Tiki party started at 888-808-1019. Your calls and a major issue with a potential NFL franchise coming your way. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan. And it's time for the Yankees' turning point of the game. Be the first caller to correctly identify yesterday's turning point of the game at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. And you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. It's all from your flagship station for New York Yankees baseball, The Fan. And our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
31 days until the Jets kick off the season against the Titans. Talk about Gang Green here on The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always available on the Odyssey app.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Looking to get more out of today's MLB action? FanDuel has you covered. Right now, you can head to the FanDuel app and claim a profit boost to use on any bet type for today's games. That's any bet type, money lines, totals, home runs, player props, however you like to play. It's so simple. Just tap Claim Now, grab your token, and apply it to your bet before you place it. Maybe you're backing your team to win. Maybe you like the over, or maybe you like calling your first shot and picking someone to go yard. Whatever you're feeling, use your boost to get more out of your bet. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started today. FanDuel, your home for home runs. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Call up the gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Las Vegas was built for stars. And on August 22nd, 2 of boxing's biggest take center stage. Rolly Romero never follows the script.
This is my game.
Teofimo Lopez has never needed one.
This guy's got a big mouth.
For years, they've had plenty to say.
All you do is talk.
But with World Championship gold on the line, can they back it?
Teo, I'm here. I'm going all in.
It's time to put up or shut up. Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez. August 22nd.
I'll shut you up.
Watch on DAZN and DAZN on Prime Video.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Hey, Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Constipation with belly pain back again? Huh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Relax, our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Start your day with Boomer and Geo. Join the conversation weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
It's time for the WFAN Fan Focus. The Yankees had an offensive explosion last night, backed by 2 Trent Grisham homers. The Yankees came back to beat Seattle 10-5. 31st comeback victory of the year for the Bronx Bombers. The Mets once again lost in Atlanta 6-3. Carson Benz, though, extended his on-base streak to 16 games. You wouldn't have known the Mets lost 2 straight if you just quickly read Evan Roberts' Rico thumbnail last night, though. I mean, season series win? What are we doing?
This is the Rico Brogna Podcast.
Speaking of Evan Roberts, before we get to your calls at 888-808-1019, Paulie Rosenberg, are you aware we work with Absolute Pigs, or at least a pig?
I know that we work with some pigs, yes.
All right, so I sat down, and the last couple days I did the show from Evan's usual chair. Okay. Today I'm sitting in Tiki's usual chair, whatever. I feel like it's more of a clean line shot to look at you. Either way, I sit down, I look to my right. I don't even want to touch this thing, but I took a picture and I put it on my Twitter at Shaun Morash. It is a pair of nail clippers that are obviously used because I see a shard of nail on the inside. I'll ignore the half-drinking Coke that hasn't been thrown out, but nail clippers, like you would cut your fingernails or toenails with, are sitting next to me. And the amount of angst and grossness I feel staring at this. Who thinks that's okay? Who thinks in the middle of doing a radio show or in a commercial break, it is okay to cut pieces and fragments of your body off of you so that they spray all over the communal area we use to do a show?
I'm with you 100%. That's a rough one.
I've seen this on trains, and it disgusts me. Home care in terms of shaving or trimming nails is to be done at home. To do this here at a place of work or any place of work, if you're one of those listening that has done this, maybe somebody hasn't passed this message along to you in life. Maybe they don't teach you this in school and it's your parents' job or your guardian's job to teach you this in life. It is not okay to clip your finger and toenails at your place of work. That's not cool. So I don't know who sits here. I know Craig sits here.
Well, let's go through it.
All right, let's go through it. Craig, Tommy. Does Tommy sit here, Paulie?
Yes.
Who's after Tommy? Al sometimes or Gordon?
Al, I'll check to see who's on the overnight.
So it's one of those three. This was not here yesterday when Tiki was here.
Well, you're missing one.
Who's that?
Are you sure it wasn't here with Tiki?
It was not here with Tiki.
You're positive?
Because I left here and I cleaned up whatever was left yesterday when I left.
Okay.
So it was somebody after that clipped their fingernails. So if you're out there, Tommy or Craig or Al, I want names. I want to know why you did it and who told you in life that was okay.
Okay, so according to the schedule, it was Tommy till 2 and then Gordon Damer 2 to 5.
Gordon Damer doesn't strike me as a nail clipper. Maybe he is, though. Maybe you don't know a guy.
The issue is they left the evidence behind. Because if they take it with them, nobody knows.
Well, this is the other problem. Then when they need to cut their nails next, they're going to be like, I left it at work. So now I'm due for my nail cut. I'm going to do it again. It's just a terrible
Now, what are
job.
you going to do with that?
It's going to sit here for the next guy. I'm not doing it. It's whoever was here has to clean up after themselves. I'm done cleaning up after everybody.
I would take a Clorox wipe and I would probably hide it somewhere. Just to have the person got to pay a penalty.
Here's the thing. It's an NMP at this point. It's not my problem. I'm going to voice my displeasure with it. But for those that need to know, much like you should never speak on a speakerphone or play music off your phone without headphones in a public space, you also should not be clipping your nails at work. So Craig, Tommy, or Gordon, it's one of you three. I want answers. 888-808-1019. Gary and Coram. Gary, what's up?
Hey, Chris, what's happening, brother?
What's up, Jerry?
But just wanted to talk about, I don't want to be a Brian Cashman shill, but sometimes the best trade is the trade you don't make. And Lombard getting thrown into this lineup, I feel like, is just elevated a level of confidence that we haven't seen in this team in a while.
You know what? It's so sad, Gary, because it's true. But then it also gives that Yankee front office the life like they're right oftentimes with this when they're often wrong, which is when they use that line, whether somebody comes back from injury or they're calling somebody up, which is, hey, that ended up being as good as a trade, or we're looking at this, this will be like making a trade. It's kind of the famous thing we make fun of the Yankees for every year because it's said every year, usually about injured guys. The thing is, in this case with George Lombard Jr., and literally coming up the day after the trade deadline, as I predicted would be the case, it does give Brian Cashman the wings to point at and be like, well, we were right about George Lombard. I mean, that was clearly as good as a trade. Here's my issue. Again, I know he came back from the IL, what was it, 3 weeks before the deadline in AAA? He could have been up that weekend before. He could have been in Wrigley Field the weekend before. And every game counts, and every game counted. There was no reason George Lombard had to be called up the very next day. And for anybody that wants to say, well, what if they wanted to trade him? Well, okay, so if he came up versus Chicago, it was going to tank his value? I mean, you were still playing him in AAA, so injury wouldn't have been a concern. That part of it still rubs me the wrong way that he should have been here before this. And he was used as a pawn to play with our emotions, which is now working, clearly. Let's see. Prakash, you're on with Morash. What's up? Hello.
Hey, Shaun.
Yeah.
Shaun, how's it going, brother?
What's up?
I got to say this. How did the Yankees, when Bellinger and Judge get healthy, how are the Yankees not DFAing Ahmed Rosario? You got to keep Spencer Jones up here, man.
Yeah, Prakash, this is going to be a big problem with the Yankees. Now, a couple things are going to happen. I think Bellinger's coming here before September 1st. I have a feeling you're not getting Stanton until September 1st. And obviously, Judge, you're not getting until September anyway. And they're going to use those 2 roster spots that you can play with in September to handle their business that way. As far as, you're right, like a guy is going to have to move off of this roster to make room for Bellinger. And your writings on the wall is right. Like, they're going to have to pick somebody. And I would not do it with Caballero. Obviously, he's the backup infielder on this team. And in terms of playing one of those outfield positions, the easy answer would be, how much do you really need of Ahmed Rosario? The issue, though, that you're going to have is you just know this team. You know the way they operate. They're going to look at the way Rosario can mash lefties, and they're going to look at Spencer Jones as another left-handed heavy bat, and they're going to look at Spencer Jones's options. And they're going to do the easy thing rather than difficult decision. They're going to send down a player that arguably, and we'll see how everything shakes out in the postseason because, if all of those guys are in the lineup, you can make a case. You might have to stick Stanton in the outfield for a couple things. You can make that case. Now, people don't want to hear that, but we'll see Stanton come back first before we have that argument. They're not going to do that with Rosario. They're going to send Spencer Jones down. And Spencer Jones and George Lombard have simultaneously each really come on. And this is what you wanted to see from Spencer Jones. You wanted to see him play with some runway, right? And he has. He's gotten a chance to play every day. And it hasn't always been perfect. But as you know, and you wouldn't be calling with this take, if you watch Spencer Jones play every day, you just get the feeling that at some point he's going to have a big hit. And you know that between his speed and his athleticism, the right play is going to be made in the field. And what's crazy is 4 days ago, I would have made the case that if you're too left-handed heavy, I would keep Rosario, put Spencer Jones or Bellinger in center, and honestly have the difficult decision about whether you fake IL stint Trent Grisham and stash him away till September. And look, these things tend to work themselves out. Maybe you do get another IL stint. And honestly, I know it's technically illegal, but teams play with it all the time. If you got to come up with something for Rosario to throw him on the IL rather than completely lose him and then reevaluate in September, I would do that too rather than DFA. But I would much rather see Spencer Jones playing here, but just do the game of musical chairs and tell me how the Yankees operate. You know exactly what's coming when Bellinger is back. And it's the easy thing is Spencer Jones has options. So it's going to annoy me. It's going to annoy you. But rather than yell and scream about it now, let's just see the next 2 weeks of Yankee baseball play out with no other injuries before we have that argument. Cole in West Islip. Cole, what's up?
Hey, Sean.
What's up, Cole?
Hey, I respect your position on the board of directors of office/workplace common courtesies.
Okay, thank you.
So I just want to come to you with this. I am a member of the fingernail clipping in the office. Matter of fact, I did it yesterday, but I'm asking for an exception, sir. On the board, I'm appealing to the board. I have a private office with a door, the whole nine, so I'm not in the common workplace. I'm not sharing desks like
Cole,
you are,
Cole,
sir.
Cole, listen to me. That's a better scenario than what I've dealt with, but I'm going to ask you this. You clearly have a little garbage can under your desk. Am I correct?
I do.
Okay. Are you physically taking that bag out and throwing it to the dumpster at the end of every day?
Am I personally doing that? No, the staff is, the janitorial staff for the office.
So this is what I'm getting at. You have a janitorial staff. Now, albeit their job's to clean up, and a lot of offices are disgusting. Wherever those nails are, and with the way you clip a nail, man, things go flying all over the place. There is still somebody responsible for cleaning up after you. Is it better? Yeah, it's better because nobody will really know nor complain, but it's still not the right thing to do, Cole. Come on.
So no exception here?
I'm not going to give. I'm not.
What's
Listen,
the verdict?
I don't think this is one of those spots. I don't think you go to jail for it, but I think you have to pay a hefty fine. It's a little different.
Oh, kangaroo court. Oh, no.
It's a kangaroo court.
Okay.
Cole, would you walk into Farrell's on Higbee Lane and be clipping your nails all over the bar?
That I would not be doing.
Okay. Well, then let's keep West Islip a clean place. Okay, buddy? Take care. Thank you, Cole. Mario in Long Beach. Mario, what's up?
That's funny about the nails.
Yeah, disgusting. What's going on?
One thing I'll tell you, I'm sure of it would never be like Tiki if he sat there. That's 100% sure. That guy's so immaculately clean in the way he does things.
Yeah. No, Tiki's actually the cleanest human being I think I've ever been around, which is saying something.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Maybe
just
saying something about everybody else I'm around, but it's saying something.
Exactly. Now getting to the Yankees, it's like really funny. Like the things that we wanted to do. Think about what we wanted to do. Right, so I wouldn't even look back. Bullpen, really? We got Hedrick, who's having one of the greatest years ever. Mm-hmm. Blackburn has 1.9 ERA.
Blackburn's been incredible.
On top, right? So where do you really need a bullpen person? And if you do, who are you knocking out of that rotation? You knocking out one of those guys?
Well, Mario. So here's what I would say about the bullpen thing: as great as Hedrick has been, and as great as Blackburn has been, this is more so to Hedrick. I think this is the problem. Don't you just kind of feel we're getting Scott Proctor-like here with Hedrick? Where it's not that you don't believe in him, it's that he's just so beyond overused that you're just waiting for that string of a bad week to come. And then we're all going to go nuts about it. But meanwhile, Hedrick, it's well-deserved if he has to give up a run. Geez. He's been that good and that fabulous. Blackburn had that one bad outing in Chicago and has rebounded since. Fernando Cruz, sadly enough, he has that one great outing and then it's a bad outing. I don't have the utmost crazy, belief in it. And I think as a result, I just kind of scan it around. And maybe it's a combination of like, as good as Paul Blackburn's been, his name is still Paul Blackburn and we know Paul Blackburn in this town. There's just something about this team that feels like it's a bullpen arm short. Now, they did call up the kid with the 2.1 ERA from, AAA, that's however old. I hadn't heard of him. He was like a 31st pick, and it seems like that seems to be an answer they think is coming at some point, that we're going to really test drive and take him out of the garage, but we haven't seen him yet. I'm looking at Jack Hurst's Twitter. I'll be honest with you. The name's escaping me quickly, but they called up a guy and sent down Kerwin Castro the other day. So whoever that is, obviously, I think Passan tweeted about it. Whatever. But that might be an answer. And I think as far as taking a guy out of the rotation, you can't take Ryan Weathers out of the rotation right now. Carlos Rodon is coming back. He's earned the right. What do you got, Paul? You got the
Bradley Hanner.
Bradley Hanner had an incredible year in the minor leagues. The Yankees have called him back. We haven't seen him deployed yet. Maybe he gets deployed today. Rodon's coming back in the rotation. I would not do this with Weathers, and I know Weathers has more history in the bullpen than some of these other guys. I would keep this as a 5-man rotation, and I would like to keep the options open that Weathers starts a game 4 should Carlos Rodon just not look like Rodon of last year. And I think Will Warren's the answer. Now, they're going to start with a piggyback right behind Carlos Rodon. But I think once Rodon gets stretched out a little bit, yeah, I would keep workshopping Warren. Because the one thing you will say about Warren, as much as he can implode as a starter, and you're seeing this now with Kodai Senga, at least with the Mets, Warren's still with that high strikeout rate. He could be something in the postseason where you trust him to go out there and get a few strikeouts in one inning and just say, hey, you don't have to worry about stretching this out, we're going to throw you 3 batters, just crank it up. Go throw your strikeout stuff. I think Will Warren could play in the bullpen in that spot. Marco in Connecticut. Marco, what's up?
Hey, Sean. Hope you've been having a good summer so far. Love the show. Big Yankee fan here.
Appreciate it, Marco.
I wish the Yankees would have made some more moves at the trade deadline. I kind of feel like they're a bullpen arm short going into this part of the season. But I just want to get your opinion on a couple things. I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit about the lineup, but I wanted to get your thoughts for when the Yankees get back some big guys, Judge, Stan, and Bellinger. What do you think the batting rotation looks like? And we're 6 games back from the Rays. Do you think we can catch them? Thank you, Sean.
Marco, thanks. So I'll answer the latter first. I have not given up on the division yet. Maybe that's silly me, but even I would have to acknowledge when I talked about last Friday and kind of scoffed at the idea when everybody was going nuts for the Red Sox. Boy, that was another thing I was right on. You knew the Red Sox would crash and burn. I mean, they've lost 5 straight games. The Yankees have basically, suddenly you went from worrying about them to completely burying them within a week. As far as the Rays go, I mean, at some point the Rays have to lose games, but when you're 6 back and you've potentially losing the tiebreaker here, 7 back, it's just hard to do. You win a game almost every night if you're the Yankees, and you look up and the Rays have not lost. And then the moment you slip up and all you do is win a series and don't sweep, you somehow lose 2 games in a week when you're winning at a 700 clip because the Rays don't lose. It's crazy. Now, I will say the same thing I said about the Red Sox. Eventually, the Rays, I mean, this losing streak has to end. But if it, whatever, ends today, even play that ends today, the Yankees lose because they've won 2 out of 3, then they don't gain any ground. The one thing the Yankees have going for them, unfortunately, you have 2 weeks to make up a couple games. I think if it's 7 games, you probably really are screwed going into that last month. But the Rays' schedule, if you look ahead, does get tougher in the month of September. And the Yankees do have 4 games with the Rays. And could you have a situation like that 4-game sweep the Yankees had in Fenway that one year with Sean Chacon? Could you have a 4-game sweep that flips everything? Yeah. I mean, I think that's what the Yankees have to hold on to. But if you don't sweep that series, you're probably dead in the water. So I'm not giving up, but even I would have to acknowledge a week after when Evan declared the division over and see the Rays haven't lost since then either. It's tough. It's tough. It's like, just one of those years where you can play the best baseball on the planet and the 2 best teams have to be playing in the same division. The other team just doesn't lose. Jay in Virginia. Jay, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Sean? How you doing?
What's up, Jay?
Hey, so I'm listening. I live in a weird part of Virginia, so I don't get even the national baseball games. So I'm reading Bleacher Report and Twitter and listening to you guys. And you would think it's all bad for the Yankees. And then I went up to the game this past weekend, and I finally get a game last night. I'm on the other end of like everything's great. I'm riding the wave. It's like the energy, at least in the stadium, and then last night felt great. And then you listen to the media, and it's all bad.
No, it did. And Jay, it's so funny. I think it's come through in the fan base that's at least gone to these games. And I think that many who scream and yell and are negative, and by the way, I am included in this. I think when you step into Yankee Stadium, there is something that has happened since George Lombard's been called up, where I think it's been infectious in the crowds as well. Like last night, I gave credit even after once I found the game. I think ESPN does a great job baseball-wise. It's a shame they didn't care enough and are more in the market because their stadium sound mics. Last night, and even the night before with Seattle, those crowds, I give you credit. If you step foot in Yankee Stadium, the singing, the chanting, it sounds like playoff baseball in the Bronx. And I got to think that those fans investing the time to go right now, first of all, obviously you care. It's the end of summer. It's starting to feel like that time where it's, all right, let's get going, Yankees. But I also think it's correlation with the young guys. I think you're watching George Lombard Jr. and Spencer Jones play every day, and you've been reading about these guys for years. And it's not stale anymore. The last week has not been stale Yankee baseball, even as they've had these couple games where they haven't scored enough runs. So that I think has fired up the crowd.
It's definitely getting to that point of baseball firing up the crowd. As 3 idiots last night ran on the field.
Oh, it's true too.
And boy, they are getting ratcheted up the energy.
Yeah,
and just the excitement in the Bronx. And again, this is all post Lombard coming up, which is what we spoke about earlier in the week about the Dart versus Lombard legacy debate, which I went Lombard because I think they haven't won in so long, and if they win in the future, it's going to be, in theory, after him.
Yeah, no, I think that's 1,000% right. You have guys right now on the Yankees somehow, while Judge and Stanton are out, that people want to go see, and people are energized to watch. And Spencer Jones is like the tier below Lombard with that right now, even though Jones, let's be honest, if Lombard wasn't up, maybe the Yankees aren't winning these games, of course, been a catalyst, but we'd probably be way more excited about Spencer Jones than we are. But, I mean, you're watching potentially the birth of the next era of Yankee baseball happen within this week, and I think it's just pumped up the crowd. Now, oddly enough, 10-year anniversary today. Did you know that, Paulie? 10 years to go today. What happened?
In 2016, August 13th.
Yep.
No idea.
So I'll tell you, do you know what happened 10 years ago yesterday in Yankee history?
No idea.
10 years ago yesterday was Alex Rodriguez on that rainy Friday night's final game. So 10 years ago today was the debut of Aaron Judge, Tyler Austin, when they hit the back-to-back home runs in their first at-bats.
Yes.
As Yankees. 10 years ago today was the birth of Aaron Judge. And isn't it funny how a decade later to the week, we see kind of the birth of the next potential Yankee star in George Lombard. I know anybody, can we stop overreacting 1 week? He's changed the Yankees, guys. I mean, you might not believe that he'll be the answer long-term, and that's fine. You might believe that you're not ready to make the leap that, like, this is for real with George Lombard, and you're entitled to that. But one thing you cannot argue for this past week is that George Lombard Jr. has changed the 2026 Yankees at least for a week.
Yeah, and honestly, Spencer Jones coming out of the Jason Dominguez shadow and really saying that, no, it's Dominguez is good, I'm just better.
Yeah.
And that's just, and I think that is a factor too, because then you still have Dominguez in the minors and whatever happens, but Spencer Jones clearly is just a level above Jason Dominguez.
No, look, and I'll say this at the very least, if they have to call or send down Spencer Jones, and look, Elliot Ramos is still here, and Grisham, and who's the other guy? Oh, Rosario is still here. It'll be a tough pill to swallow. But if and when this lockout gets settled, Spencer Jones should be the everyday center fielder on the entering spring training next year. No questions asked.
Yeah, and by the way, and you said it earlier, like if the three big guys come back healthy, in Stanton, Judge, and Bellinger, this team is going to the World Series. With the pitching they have and that offense, I'm sorry, you're going to take the automatic out from Austin Wells if there even is one, because you're going to be so damn good. Like they're making
Wells
the World
is heating
Series.
up too.
And Wells is finally heating up. So again, if they all come back, and I know it's health, it's all that
if.
Right, nobody knows, but if that all happens, they're getting to the World Series.
Yeah, and now look, the tricky part is going to be, maybe this will benefit the Yankees, by the way, because a lot has been said about the negative about, because of the bracket in baseball, X, Y, and Z, what would the Yankees be better off doing? and they're going to see the Rays in the second round, which is best of 5. That might benefit the Yankees with their 3 aces. It might benefit them knowing we could sweep the Rays if we throw Fried, Schlittler, and Cole at them. As opposed to, hey, you need to find a way to win that 4th game. Now, obviously, you would pitch those guys another turn through in a best of 7, so I understand the argument against. But it might benefit the Yankees. John in Lincroft. John, what's up?
Hey, Shaun, how you doing? Pleasure to be on today. Appreciate all the content you do with the Giants during the year.
Thanks, John. What's going on?
2 quick points on the Yanks. Number one, what you were talking about with Paulie about Spencer Jones. The development, the progress is real. I think John Boyd did a feature on it like a week ago. He's cut his K rate down from like 45% to 25% in this most recent call-up. And again, it's
not home run or nothing either, John. He's just driving doubles into the gaps. It's beautiful.
I saw him hitting the ball the opposite way last night, and I was.
And how about John? I'm gonna let you go. We forget because we weren't really on the air. It was Saturday. How about the fact that basically he has to get forced because they have too many lefties on the team right now to play against Chris Sale? Past Jakey Analytics would have had him shit versus Chris Sale, and he had the biggest moments of the game on Saturday that won the game.
100%, Sean. Totally agree. And I'll tell you something else. The value he gives you defensively, too. I saw a ball, and Grisham had a great game last night, not taking anything away from him. But there was a ball early in the game, I'm sure you saw it, where Lombard had to basically try to...
Yep.
I mean, I don't understand how Grisham didn't... I mean, it was hit, I'd say, intermediate center field. And I'm saying to myself...
Lombard got close enough where you thought he was going to make the play, yeah. No, I agree.
Exactly.
And listen, I almost feel bad because Grisham, during his time, I know the metrics don't back it up, especially in San Diego, he glided a little better. Like, he looks like he should be faster than he is, and because he very nonchalantly plays baseball, it's like, that doesn't piss me off. People like using the word lazy. It's not. He's just a glider. But that kind of stuff last night, he saves him with the 2 homers, and that's where his offense has to come into play. If his offense wasn't clicking, we'd be screaming and yelling more about the defense in center field. And this is going to come into play with the Yankees. I said yesterday to Tiki I would start giving Luis Garcia Jr. like a game a week at second base to prepare for the case of not playing Jazz Chisholm. Because if Stanton is going, and Bellinger is going, and Judge is going, and Garcia and Rice are going, all 5 of those guys got to play every game in October. And if the excuse is going to be, well, then you sit Garcia versus lefties, again, my answer would be, well, Jazz Chisholm sucks versus lefties too. So why wouldn't I just rather have the guy who's still better versus lefties, which is Garcia over Jazz? But the other option, of course, and this isn't even taking into account Spencer Jones, is playing Jazz at second, keeping Garcia at first, DHing Rice, and doing an outfield that consists of Bellinger, Judge, who played center in that World Series run, or you can play Bellinger in center, and sticking Giancarlo Stanton in right. And when I mentioned that a week and a half ago, I got shredded on social media. The guy hasn't run since April. We're sticking him in right field. Not right off the IL, dummies. As we approach October, if he's back at the beginning of September and you have a month, a week and a half of DH work, then you start getting Judge back. You could play, though, that last week of September, put Stanton in the outfield for a couple games in that last week. He's no stranger to it. He just did it last year. And then tell me, a Yankee team with all 5 of those guys in the lineup, does it make more sense to sit Jazz and play Garcia rougher second baseman? Or does it make more sense to get 7 innings of right field work from Giancarlo Stanton before flipping him out for defense later on in a game? I think that's a problem well worth thinking about if you're the New York Yankees. 888-808-1019. Continue to take your calls on the Yankees. Plus, John Harbaugh had some interesting things to say after Terrion Arnold visited Big Blue yesterday. Now, how about this? Al Cintron tweets, I clean Tiki's side of the studio before every show because I always walk into a mess of crumbs and other crap. Al Cintron throwing bows. Calling it Tiki's side. It's also Craig's side. It's also Loogie's side. Somebody clip their nails here, and I want answers. All right. Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey. With new locations opening at Comac, Babylon, and West Orange, expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Wherever you are on your journey, they are there to help you move forward. They are the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Access PT. Don't play through pain. Outperform it. Physical therapists at Access PT create personalized plans to get you moving again. No referral needed. Most insurance is accepted. With locations throughout New York, care is always within reach. Go to accessptw.com for an appointment today. And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic and Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. It's going to be a little weird to see Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy tonight in Pittsburgh wearing Steelers colors going up against the Green Bay Packers. And it's even more crazy to think that it was in 2018 that we last saw Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy on the same team with the Green Bay Packers. It didn't go well then. I don't think it'll go well in 2026 in Pittsburgh. I'm Nick Costos.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved $900 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Last week, Boston was trading at 9% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $1,052 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. As the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
No matter what you drive, having the right tire matters. So take control with a new set of Bridgestone tires from Town Fair Tire. You'll choose from the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires, and you'll get the Bridgestone tire you need at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services than all other tire dealers, clubs, or online sites. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
BetMGM Sportsbook knows baseball season is in full swing, and BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, is giving players another reason to watch their favorite team. Make every strikeout, stolen base, and home run mean even more with an odds boost token. It's easy to use. All you have to do to take your extra shot at extra winnings is log into your existing BetMGM account. Then, make any qualifying MLB bet and activate your token. If your bet wins, you'll receive extra winnings. Ready to take your excitement into extra innings? Log into BetMGM to get your MLB odds boost token and give your next baseball bet a boost. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to carsforkids.org. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Pitch swung on and drilled to deep right, toward the line, toward the wall, and it is gone! How do you like that? His first major league at bat. Tyler Austin hits a home run down the right field line into the lower deck. Now Tyler delivers a home run in his first major league at bat, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Now here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit in the air to deep center. Kiermaier back on the track at the wall. She is gone into Monument Park. This is something you almost don't believe. Here's Aaron Judge. Here comes the Judge. On Judgment Day, he homers into the Monument Park center field netting. And Judge and Austin go back to back, little belly to belly, and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. If this was scripted, you couldn't write a better script.
It's not the same day. Maybe something magical happens for you in the car right now heading out to Yankee Stadium looking for a sweep. Maybe something magical like that happens, but basically to the week that George Lombard has come up, seeing two kids in George Lombard and Spencer Jones revive this Yankee season is truly incredible. A decade after Aaron Judge made his debut today, a decade of Aaron Judge is in the books. Isn't it kind of sad too, Paulie, that you sit back, and I know this is always going to be the caveat, but if you were to tell fans, because Aaron Judge was so hyped up, he replaces A-Rod on the active roster. Think about that. Like, that's just like a nugget we kind of throw away. Alex Rodriguez retires, and the very next day, the guy that replaces Alex Rodriguez is a young player by the name of Aaron Judge. And a decade later, still no championship for the Yankees in the Judge era. That is incredible.
Yeah.
And now he'll definitely, one thing without a shadow of a doubt, Aaron Judge, barring injury, will never win a championship in the non-George Lombard Jr. era of Yankees baseball. Has anybody thought about that? Other than the fact that I've only said it 3 times this week. But nonetheless.
It's up there.
888-808-1019. Get to the Giants in just a second. Bill in Manhattan. Bill, what's up? Bill.
Hey, Sean, I just got on the subway on the way to the game. Am I coming through?
You're coming through. What do you got, Bill?
All right, well, look.
Now, you knew that was going to happen. Guy, wait. I almost wanted to continue the call just because you knew it was. I just got on the subway. Well, what happens when a subway immediately pulls away? You lose service. He wanted to talk about finding the Yankee game last night, which I had a lot of trouble doing for the first 20 minutes. That was perfect. That was so perfect. All right, now to the Giants. And again, we'll continue to take your calls. Yankee baseball coming your way, 12:55 pregame on The Fan. So a couple things to note with the Giants as we head towards Saturday's preseason debut in the afternoon versus the Minnesota Vikings. First and foremost, we find out yesterday that Malik Neighbors is trending towards like real team drills next week. And that's important to note because the Giants are going to find themselves in a joint practice situation with the Miami Dolphins next week, which means going against an actual opponent as opposed to having your own guys being able to protect Malik Neighbors. So you are risking a little thing if he goes out there in joint practices. Now, maybe they just have him in the practices that just feature the Giants and hold him back versus Miami. I guess that's on the table. But the expectation is Malik Neighbors were already going to be at that point where he's practicing with the team, and you're seeing some of the plays he's making. Every day it goes up 1% for me. I think I'm at 91% Malik Neighbors is playing week 1. And that's awesome. It's unbelievable, and the Giants will be better for it, especially when you consider the difficulty of those two games. But the story of the last couple of days with the Giants has become the pursuit of cornerback Terrion Arnold. And truly controversial in many ways, although I don't think it should be. So Terrion Arnold, as we alluded to yesterday, he's kind of awaiting charges in, a charge with kidnapping that could be so high he features 25 years to life, or so low that, there's a plea deal and no jail time happens. Like, it's that big a swinging pendulum. Sounds like he was really just a young, immature idiot, for lack of a better word. And, what happens here is anybody's guess. But really good teams and good franchises like the Texans and Seahawks with awesome defenses who may not even need cornerback help truly have brought him in for a look. The Jets have, the Dolphins have, the Giants have as well. And the Giants is important to note because it's the first year with John Harbaugh as the CEO head coach. And it's important to note because their cornerback room right now has a lot of guys you've heard of, but is anybody going to emerge and really help this team out? You're relying on failed first-round pick Deonte Banks, Colton Hood, who was their high second-round pick, who you expect to be a long-term starter for the Giants, but maybe a lot to ask day one. And, of course, Paulson Adebo, who they signed last year, and Greg Newsome, they signed this year. But the Giants should be in a spot with John Harbaugh now where simultaneously the expectation within the organization, and then as a result for anybody who's a pending free agent looking at the Giants, knowing John Harbaugh is there, should be that's a team ready to win now. Win what? I don't know. But Arnold is obviously young enough. It's not like he's 36 and you're trying to entice Aaron Donald to come out of retirement and play with you. And the Giants shouldn't be thumbing their nose at anything. And I said this yesterday, and I'll repeat it again. When Jalen Carter is basically driving fast and, reckless and lives are being lost down in Georgia, at the University of Georgia, he slides in the draft, probably with good reason. A team doesn't want to risk, blowing a first-round pick on him. And he slides enough that the Eagles sit there and basically laugh at the rest of the teams in the NFL and go, yeah, we'll take Jalen Carter. He's that good. We're going to look the other way morally. And the Chiefs, between Tyreek Hill and Rashee Rice, of which they've rostered both over the better part of the last decade, one than the other, not great incidents that they've had off the field. Troubling. And guess what happens? They don't care. They win Super Bowls. Josh Jacobs, basically, what was it, a domestic violence incident that gets swept under the rug. We kind of forget about it this offseason. Did the Packers release him? No. Because the Packers know Josh Jacobs could help them win football games this year. And the unfortunate truth is, in spirit of winning in the National Football League, teams make difficult decisions to look the other way on really poor judgments and character. And they believe that their locker room culture and their head coaches will either help a guy mature or help a guy, stay on track to win a game and, just kind of hold your breath that nothing else goes awry. And the idea that there are Giants fans out there who want to, stand on their moral high ground and go, this team can't sign Terrion Arnold. Look what a bad guy he is. Okay. Do you want him to go to a team like Seattle, who, if you make the playoffs, just has another guy on their team that maybe intercepts a pass that costs you a football game in the playoffs, and you're going to feel better about yourself? Why? Because the Giants had good moral character? Newsflash. I still don't know if and what he did anything wrong other than fraternizing with Jeffrey Epstein. But, Steve Tisch, the Giants didn't exactly expunge him this offseason, okay? So save me the Giants of this, morality clause team. And by the way, I don't think the Giants are even pretending to be that, clearly, based on the comments that John Harbaugh made yesterday, which I found refreshing about Terrion Arnold.
Because we want to be aggressive in every way, whatever we can do, find everything out we can about any situation, player that can help us be better, probably. I would say that's it. And I know your next question, follow-up question, is going to be, his circumstances. And that's something that also the organization has studied very deeply. I've got an overview of it. The organization has looked at it in depth. If there is a decision to be made on any player that you don't want to go there with a player, then this organization, they won't go there. It's more than just what you read in the papers, though. I mean, you got to find out exactly where everything stands. And I do know that our people do a great job of that.
I mean, those are pretty loud words from John Harbaugh saying the Giants are not going to be deterred from signing Terrion Arnold if they do this background, and it is what it is. Like, to say the quote, it's more than you read in papers. By the way, that's probably true to some extent, that there's some details of this situation we don't know. I still don't think you could paint this as a good thing for Terrion Arnold personally. Like, I have a hard time believing nothing happened at all. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know anything other than what I read, and John Harbaugh's telling you it's more than what you read, so I understand that. But if the Giants feel that way, and John Harbaugh feels that way, and the front office has done enough background and weighed the risk-reward between the legal case and what Terrion Arnold is as a football player, then in my humble opinion, there actually shouldn't be an excuse why the Giants don't sign Terrion Arnold. Because make one thing clear, barring finding out in the next week or two that Terrion Arnold is facing, lengthy jail time that's going to take place soon. And yeah, the NFL could come in and suspend him, put him on the exempt list. And that's probably also part of this. Teams need to find out from league offices through back channels. What is your plan with Terrion Arnold if he does get signed? We're not going to know that publicly, but I have a hard time thinking that is not being discussed behind the scenes. If all of that checks out, and there is a path to Terrion Arnold playing football this year in the NFL, then quite frankly, knowing the Giants' situation now, and knowing their biggest weakness of their team, which is their secondary, there is a 0.000% chance the Giants shouldn't be the team signing Terrion Arnold.
He's going to get signed by somebody.
That's the point.
Right. Some NFL team is going to sign him, and they're not going, and we can get on, you mentioned the morality clause. They can get on, they can say whatever they want publicly. If they know they can help him win football games, someone is going to sign him. One team is going to sign him. They don't care what they do on their personal life. If he's not in jail, he is going to get signed.
Dude, Paulie, you nailed it. And I, for one, I'm tired of it. I watched Aroldis Chapman close games for the Yankees, and guess what? I sat there and I clapped at the end of every third strike. I mean, I was pissed when he blew games, and I was quick to remember the bad stuff he did off the field. Met fans, for better or worse, showed up and watched Jose Reyes in a second stint with the Mets. Okay? Look, for better or worse, you could use Google, and I think he's a very changed man, and I even had a bad read on who he was now, but in his past, we all kind of laugh and giggle at every time Jameis Winston pops on the camera. And multiple incidents you could look back up on the internet there. He's on the Giants right now. Lawrence Taylor comes back, waves. He's an all-time great. Terrion Arnold, by the way, I still don't believe in the football player. He felt like he was trending towards being a first-round bust, so that's a different conversation if you just don't like the football. But if the Giants like the football and John Harbaugh likes the football, then what Terrion Arnold did off the field, as horrible as it may be, I'm done being in the camp of, I don't want that kind of problem on my team. Bull bleep. Because the Eagles always welcome that kind of problem. The Patriots, knowing Aaron Hernandez's issues at the University of Florida, made sure to draft him, keep him, try to hide him from problems, and had him on the football team, and look what happened there.
And you can even keep with the Patriots.
Vrabel. Yeah, exactly. People do a lot of bad things, and football rosters, more than any other sport in the United States, have more players, more human beings involved, therefore more variables to have some not-so-great guys on your team. And yet there we are every Sunday, ordering your wings, pouring your beers, placing your bets, rooting for your team. And what happens when the ball gets kicked off? Are you thinking at all When Mike Vick's quarterbacking the Jets, what he did with dogs, are you thinking at all? At all? When Jameis is making you laugh about his background, are you thinking at all? Come on. About Tyreek Hill off the field? You're not. When the Bucs signed Antonio Brown to help them win a Super Bowl, were the Bucs thinking at all about Antonio Brown? No, they were thinking, how can this guy help me win football games? So I can't stand the moral compass stuff that some Giant fans have with the story the last 2 days. Like, these are the New York Giants. They can't be doing that. What, are you kidding me? Because if they're not the team that does it, another team that inevitably is going to end up beating the Giants, because you know how this works. See Jalen Carter and the Eagles. See Laramie Tunsil when he fell for a bong mask and the Giants drafted Eli Apple. That's what happens. Throw morality out the window. Understand that sometimes to win football games, in fact, a lot of times, teams have to look the other way on things. Now, you don't want to drag him down. You don't want to hire a serial killer like Aaron Hernandez and have him walking around, slashing people's necks in the streets. Like, that's not what we're talking about here with Terrion Arnold. Look, he did something stupid. Allegedly did something stupid. If he helps the team win football games, I don't know how you say no. And John Harbaugh sent a pretty clear message that the Giants would not say no.
Yeah, and again, if he's not going to jail, he's going to play football. Maybe it's not for the first 6 or 8 games, because I'm sure the NFL is going to have some personal conduct policy clause they're going to find to not let him play maybe. But if he doesn't go serve jail time, he is playing football this season. And if he helps your team, don't get on the don't get on, the soapbox and say, no, I don't want him. That's crap. You're not even going to care on Sundays.
Nope.
And by the way, that doesn't make you a bad person.
Nope.
If that does not make you a bad person if you're rooting for a team that has questionable characters.
Don't buy the jersey. Don't buy the Terrion Arnold jersey. I won't do that. But if he has a pick 6 to beat the Dallas Cowboys, you're not going to high-five your friend next to you because why? Because of what happened this offseason? That's where I stand. 888-808-1019. Chris and Lindenhurst. Chris, what's up?
Hey, Sean, how you doing, man?
What's going on, bro?
I am going to make your life just a little bit better real quick for you. As an Islander fan who is always searching for where the games are located, because they're usually on like ESPN 8000, easy thing. Next time you want to know where the Yankee game is, go on your phone, go on ESPN.com, and just click on the score tracker on the top of the screen, and it always tells you what channel the game is on. Done. You don't have to search anymore.
That's a good little tip. I think what frustrated me yesterday was just the fact that I have gotten to the point. It's rhythmic, right? Wednesdays on Prime, Wednesdays on Prime, and I've been there. And usually, you know how I'm juggling kids, I'm doing this, that, and the other. I'm getting dinner ready. Like, to me, I just didn't prep myself, and I just expected the game to be there at 7. And then by the time I went back, that's the other thing too, Chris, with streaming. Because it's unlike when you have cable and you could just kind of flip back, forth, go up and down the channels to then leave Amazon, go to DirecTV, go to the first place you think it's on, then go to the it's enough. It's enough.
I've gotten just so used to just going there first and looking without even paying attention to what the schedule says. So let me just see where it is. That way I don't have to go search.
Nah, you're right. You're right. Chris, I think I'm venting thanks for the call. I'm venting my frustration about the game being on, by the way, I loved it on ESPN anyway because it sounded like a big game. I was venting my frustration, I think mainly because I was mad at myself. I did a whole show with Tiki yesterday, and I pride myself on know where the games are. I'm usually the one on a Friday to go, I want to remind everybody the Mets are playing on Apple tonight, the Yankees are playing on Apple tonight. And to be caught with my pants down yesterday, having no idea until the game started that the game was on ESPN, and I'm scrambling. It was a bad job. Lewis in Manhattan. Lewis, what's up?
Hey, Sean, what's up, man? I completely agree with you about Terrion Arnold. At absolute best, the guy works out, has tremendous potential, could potentially even be a starting quarterback. At absolute worst, you're talking about a guy that gives us even more depth at the position.
That's it. And that's all I'm looking for, too. That's the other part with signing Terrion Arnold. He's in no position to break the bank with some mega deal, nor are the Texans and Seahawks cap-wise in some position. I say those teams because they're the better teams than the Giants that have looked at Terrion Arnold. Or in a position to break the bank. So if you sign him to what would amount to be a relatively cheap deal, it's not like you have to lock him in as a starter too. Like, so if the football actually stinks, you just have to weigh it. Is Terrion Arnold a better football player than Deonte Banks? Is he a better football player than Art Green? Is he a better football player than Greg Newsome? The only guy I'm not going to include in there when I do Adebo, who you spent more money on. I'm not going to throw Colton Hood there because, look, he's a high second-round pick that hasn't even stepped foot on a football field yet. Obviously, you hope that he's a long-term outside starter. And honestly, he better be based on this being Harbaugh's draft. But Terrion Arnold will be ready to play this year and contribute, where Colton Hood probably, as most rookie corners do, would go through some bumps and bruises. And he'll still play a bunch. But, yeah, I don't think you could thumb your nose at it. 888-808-1019. All right, your thoughts on the Terrion Arnold situation, the Yankees as well. We'll get more into the Giants when we come back as well. Plus, I still want to get into that major NFL issue that is brewing. A lot left to play with. We're taking you up until 12:55. And Yankees pregame as the Yankees go for the sweep. It's a Max Fried day on the Hill versus the Seattle Mariners. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal, Geyser, Alpine, Spring Water.
It's a Yankees matinee in the Bronx with Seattle. 1:35 today.
Breaking ball swung on and a high fly ball. Deep left field. Going back, gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge,
fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82 at tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Small business owners love what they do, and Verizon Business loves small business owners. That's why Verizon Business experts come directly to you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. Their experts show up on your schedule, ready to offer proven expertise and learn about the needs of your specific setup firsthand. And they don't quit till the solutions fit, even as your business grows. So save the time and stay where your business needs you most. Verizon Business. Visit Verizon.com/book today and schedule an appointment with your local Verizon Business expert.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Las Vegas was built for stars. And on August 22nd, two of boxing's biggest take center stage. Rolly Romero never follows the script.
This is my game.
Teofimo Lopez has never needed one.
This guy's got a big mouth.
For years, they've had plenty to say.
All you do is talk.
But with world championship gold on the line, can they back it?
Teo, I'm here. I'm going all in.
It's time to put up or shut up. Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez. August 22nd.
I'll shut you up.
Watch on DAZN and DAZN on Prime Video.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come. CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones. Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender.
Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Journavx suzetrigine begins. Journavx is a non-opioid 50-milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Journavx with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Journavx may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Journavx, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Journavx.com.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Partly sunny, high 86.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Looking to get more out of today's MLB action? FanDuel has you covered. Right now, you can head to the FanDuel app and claim a profit boost to use on any bet type for today's games. That's any bet type. Money lines, totals, home runs, player props, however you like to play. It's simple. Just tap Claim Now, grab your token, and apply it to your bet before you place it. Maybe you're backing your team to win. Maybe you like the over. Or maybe you're calling your shot and picking someone to go yard. Whatever you're feeling, use your boost to get more out of your bet. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. FanDuel, your home for home runs. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Help the gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The conversation never stops on The Carton Show. Join Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle weekdays from 2 to 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
It is Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. Evan, last couple days of his vacation. He'll be back next week. Tiki, just a short, quick little day off. I think he's getting some twin time with Rondé in town. A little twin time for Tiki. He'll be back with me tomorrow as we get you set tomorrow for the Jets preseason opener, the Giants preseason opener, more on them in a couple minutes as well. It's time for the WFAN Fan Focus. Jaden Daniels Focus. Well, it's not entirely on the Washington Commanders and their camp. How about this story that dropped this morning? LSU is giving its current quarterback, DJ Pickett, the number 5. Jaden Daniels was the last quarterback at LSU to wear the number 5. He gives himself that nickname, JD5. As a result, Jaden Daniels and attorneys are filing a cease and desist letter to LSU to try and not allow Pickett to wear number 5 and or make LSU have to basically take down all of Jaden Daniels' name, image, and likeness of him in the number 5 as a punishment for allowing Pickett to wear the number 5. Daniels in his camp citing that nobody has worn Joe Burrow's number 9, I believe, since Burrow left. Big difference, of course, being while Jaden Daniels won a Heisman Trophy like Joe Burrow won a freaking national championship. And Brian Kelly is now gone at LSU, so it's a new coach, a new regime, new everything. But here's kind of my issue here. Jaden Daniels, quarterback here in the NFC East, who I actually have a lot of respect for. If you ask me talent-wise, best quarterback in the NFC East, I'm still going to say Jaden Daniels. I know that might sound blasphemy between how great Dak is and our hope for Jackson Dart, and, of course, what's gone on here with Jalen Hurts, going to the couple Super Bowls, whatever. But could you imagine if we woke up today and the story in New York was that Jackson Dart was sending a cease and desist letter to Ole Miss about using his number 2? We'd be like, what? Dude, get your head in the game. We got an NFL season starting to start. And I just got finished watching that quarterback show on Netflix. I'm hot and cold on, I'll be honest with you. I prefer Hard Knocks. I prefer a full team approach. And while it's a good thing and it's a nice thing, and I'm not trying to question families, seeing how much Jaden Daniels' mother's involved, that she's his agent, she seems like a nice woman. She seems like a smart business person too. But this just looks so atrociously bad optically. On the verge of starting an NFL season, to be so concerned that your number, your jersey number, when you didn't win crap at LSU is being used. Oh, what a turnoff for a franchise quarterback. More Giants in just a moment. Michael in Hoboken. Michael, what's up?
Hey, how are you, sir?
What's up, Mike?
Hey, I had a conversation with my work colleague the other day. We go back and forth. I'm a struggling Jets fan. He's a struggling Giants fan.
Yeah, been a rough decade for us both, man. A rough decade for us both.
I just want to have a third-party mediator, if you will, for Alex, my colleague. If you're listening, Alex, we go back and forth, right? We know the Jets have a worse quarterback. Giants have a better quarterback. I'd say Jets have offensive line. Giants have better defense. The one thing we were going back and forth on was wide receiver room. You know, we got Garrett Wilson, and we got A.D. Mitchell, a couple guys in between, but he was dead set on no. Giants got wide receiver room. What's your opinion on that?
Are you including tight ends?
Yeah. You know what? Let's go with tight ends first, and then we'll go back to no tight ends.
I only say that to say, Mike, and I'm going to keep you on the line for this, I think Malik Neighbors is better than Garrett Wilson, but that's not a shot at Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson clearly be the second best. But if you're asking me for the third best pass catcher between the two teams, is it not Isaiah Likely?
Yeah, I would say Isaiah Likely's up there. I would definitely say he's got more position.
That being said, and we'll see, and thanks for the call on Malachi Fields, and obviously the upside of Boston, we don't know. Both teams are going to have rookie wide receivers, and that would swing the pendulum in a lot of directions. If either both of those guys are good, only one of those guys is good, I mean, that elevates the room. And Sadiq as well with the Jets. And then we'll see, obviously, with A.D. Mitchell a full year here. The Giants have a lot more known commodities at wide receiver beyond Malik Neighbors. The problem is none of it's sexy outside of Isaiah Likely, the tight end. The Jets' commodities are very unknown, but could potentially be very sexy. So if you're asking me to pick, I'm taking the Giants room, but I say it obviously the way I just said it with that hesitation in my voice, and it's really just because give me a neighbor's likely room over Garrett Wilson plus right now. 888-808-1019. All right. Now, I talked at the top of the hour about Terrion Arnold and John Harbaugh's comments. So I'm going to bring in a Giants guest now. A friend of mine, another co-host of mine over at John Boy Media's production, Talking Giants. You can hear some of the podcast on Saturday mornings, especially during this football season coming up with John Boy Media and WFAN when we do our little collabs there. And that is my co-host from Talking Giants, Justin Pennick. Justin, what's going on, buddy?
Shaun, how are you, my friend? We're going to be talking later, too, over on the YouTubes.
That's right.
I appreciate you having me on. I got my YouTube notification at 10 a.m., and it says Shaun only. And then the first comment on YouTube says, nope, it's just Shaun. So then I shot you a text. I'm like, let me hop on for a couple minutes.
Yeah,
let's talk some ball.
Well, and Justin Pennick, no stranger to being a pig. Now, Justin, before we talk some ball, we have a big radio controversy here, so I'm curious how this would work at the John Boy office. Yeah. I came in and sat at my desk that is also, or sat at my desk, whatever, sat in the area I'm sitting in to do the show today that oftentimes is Tiki will do the show from this specific spot. Craig Carton sits here at Bunch, and Loogie, and I think Gordon Damer, Al Cintron, and I come in and there are nail clippers next to me.
It's gross.
How would that fly in the John Boy office?
Now also, like, let the record show. So your show is the first in that studio in the morning?
Yes, because Boomer and Gio do the show from the Boomer and Gio studio, which is next to us. Yes.
So especially this is Tiki Barber's desk. That's like if I were to leave a pair of nail clippers on like Jake's desk.
Yeah.
In the John Boy office, there would be a message that would be sent out in like the general Slack of who did this.
Now, unless it's Craig, and I have to ask Craig, I haven't seen him yet. If it's Craig's got some clout around here, but even I would say it's disgusting. Can't be clipping your nails.
It's still gross, but I think Craig gets a pass because he's Craig. I think it depends who you are.
But it shouldn't be that way. Gross is gross. So, all right. So we have that covered up. Now, I did the top of the hour. We did a lot of Yankees today, but I spoke on Harbaugh with Terrion Arnold. And yes, Justin and I, by the way, this is selfless promotion. We will be live doing a Talking Giants around 4:15 today on YouTube. Now, Justin, where do you stand on Harbaugh's comments when it comes to Terrion Arnold? I know there's a lot of arguments going on the socials in terms of morality and what Terrion Arnold has coming on. And my stance, and I don't think I've hid this from you, would just be, while I don't love the football, if the team loves the football, I'm done playing moral compass because I see other teams like the Eagles and Chiefs look the other way all the time, and it's to their benefit.
Yeah, listen, I don't think the NFL is this moral football league. So I think the morality thing, if you feel that way as an individual, great, then say it with your chest. But I don't think what anybody's going to say is going to change what a football team actually does. Now, in terms of what Harbaugh said, I mean, yeah, you could take it in either direction. For me, the NFL is obsessed with former first-round picks. The NFL is just obsessed with them. You could be the 33rd pick and then have the same thing what's going on with Terrion Arnold. And I don't think that guy's going to cover the same attention as if a guy would be the 32nd pick. And I'll bring this into Giants land, a niche Giants land thing. I will always remember how the Giants traded away B.J. Hill for Billy Price.
Yeah, and B.J. Hill's had a nice career with the Bengals. Yep.
He was a former first-round pick. So that's where I am, man. He's going with all these teams. I think, like, from the real-life perspective, because I think these teams possibly view that this situation is going to draw to some sort of conclusion, or at least a conclusion that says that Terrion Arnold has a path back to the football field. If it concludes in the courts, then it'll go to the league office, and then the league office will do whatever it needs to do. But I think he's going all these teams because maybe legally this is going to reach some sort of conclusion soon.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to think, because his agent, to have him having all these meetings, and I saw him work out with the Seahawks on the latest episode of Hard Knocks, it has to be trending that way, which would then lead me to the next point. If Terrion Arnold is signed tomorrow with the New York Giants, and you get past those first couple days of just controversy and craziness, is the Giant cornerback room, in your mind, that barren enough that right away you look at a Terrion Arnold, former first-round pick who was trending in the wrong direction, you pencil him as a starter on this team?
No.
Okay. I kind of feel the same way. He's going to have to earn his way back. And also, I view him in a lot of similar ways that Giant fans view Deonte Banks, which was there's something there. He's shown some things, obviously different problems. It's Deonte Banks looking around and turning on a football, but ultimately still not worthy enough of the first-round pick, but it's just another name to throw in the room.
Yeah, 100%. If Terrion Arnold was that good, he would have never been cut from the Lions, even with these legal problems.
Okay, we're in complete lockstep then. That's a good sign, Justin. All right, now, we did find out Odell is going to play a ton. Is Odell Beckham Jr. the thing a Justin Pennick is looking at the most as we approach the preseason going, I just can't wait to watch Odell play, or are you nerding out more on some of the other stuff?
Nah, because I'm a freak, man. Like, I'm looking at J.C. Davis at tackle, even though I'm rooting for him to go to guard. I want Lecky Fotu to stand out at defensive tackle because maybe I feel like he can at one point challenge a Shelby Harris. Jack Kelly gets me excited. Any of these younger guys. Listen, I think for nostalgia reasons, it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting to see Odell Beckham Jr. And then for like a real football thing, now some people disagree with me. You know, we had Art Stapleton on our show saying, like, does Odell Beckham Jr. really need to go out there and have catches and yards and maybe catch a touchdown pass to really make the team? In his mind, he'll say no. In my mind, I say yes, because this guy over the last 2-3 seasons has like 9 catches, right? So I feel like he needs to go out there and produce. Because if you're going to make the team as a wide receiver 6 and maybe even wide receiver 5, depending on how you feel about Darnell Mooney, Braxton Berrios is the first punt returner that's listed on this team. Neither here nor there. Depending on, how you feel about Odell Beckham Jr., how you feel about wide receiver 6, if you're going to have that wide receiver 6, he needs to be an X factor as a receiver if he's not going to be a special teamer. So in my mind, I do need OBJ to go out there and take it from second stringers and third stringers if he is going to make this team.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Odell play just from the fan nostalgia point. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of Beckham jerseys in the crowd. And look, you don't want to have to rely on an Odell Beckham, but at least we know he's going to play this summer. And if you have tickets, obviously on Saturday, that's going to be some scene, I think, of the 13 jerseys back there. Now, what thing are you looking forward to the most as we get set? Preseason games tonight, Giants playing Saturday. Giants preseason Saturday. What is Justin Pennick looking for the most?
All right, but back to Odell, what would be cool is the pregame warm-ups.
Oh, the one-handed
he's having the one-handed catches.
Yeah,
that's going to be the coolest part. What's another thing? Like I said, I mentioned like O-line, D-line. Man, because this roster's kind of set, Sean.
I know, it's different than past years. Yeah.
Usually in years past, we're like having like a legit conversation about who is going to be the interior linebacker too. I mean, I guess the secondary, like has this coaching staff unlocked Deonte Banks to finally make a play in a football where I won't, if he makes a play in a football against wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, whoever he's going up against, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, Deonte Banks is fixed and we finally got a ball player here. But I think it'll just be a step in the right direction. Like, has this coaching staff unlocked something that other coaching staffs have not been able to do for a guy like Deonte Banks? So I guess that's probably the sexiest thing that I'm looking out for.
Okay, now, yesterday at practice, something happened that's pretty monumental and significant for Giant fans burned in years past. And that was that Dominic Zaveda hit a 62-yard field goal to end practice. And we all know the history of the Giants losing or having 60-plus yard field goals kicked on them. That, Justin, I think is the thing I'm looking forward to the most is, don't we have to see a long field goal from Dominic Zaveda on Saturday, at least an attempt? And if he makes one, I mean, this Giant fan base is going to be in a frenzy that the times are changing at the kicker position.
I think both of them have been kicking the ball pretty well, him and Ben Saul. So I wonder if they're going to give one of them. I don't think they're going to do this. I wonder if one of these guys gets one of these preseason games, another one gets another preseason game.
I don't think you could do that, Justin, because I think you want to see depending on the situation. You can't just blindly give one guy one game. What if a situation doesn't arise? You know what I mean?
They were operating in West Virginia like one guy gets a whole practice.
I know they did,
another
but
practice.
I think when you go out there with a game, especially in the Meadowlands, right? That's the basis of the Giants cutting Jason Sanders was they didn't like the way he cut in or kicked in that facility, the wind. You're going to Miami next week. I think you got to know from that. Now, not that it's going to be November wins in August, but I think you got to know in that stadium what you could trust with both kickers. I think you got to get them both an opportunity out there.
By the way, the wind in the new stadium is a very overinflated talking point because the wind that was present in the old stadium is present in the parking lot when fans are tailgating and freezing their butts off. It ain't the same wind in this new stadium. I think that's an overinflated talking point. We
Yeah,
can thank Thomas McGahee for that.
But they knocked down the racetrack or whatever they changed with the racetrack.
No, they cannot knock down the racetrack.
Oh, they didn't knock it down. What did they do with the racetrack that everybody's like, oh, that's changed?
Oh,
the
yeah. Well, they
patterns?
knocked down part of it. You are right. You are right. Like the other side of it. Yeah.
That changed anything. Okay, and then I'll leave you with this last part. Orville Reese is completely cooked up in camp. We haven't gotten as a fan base because if you didn't go to West Virginia, you didn't get to physically see it. If Orville Reese is out there, and I expect him to be on Saturday, what are you looking for out of Orville Reese for the Giants?
Can he play conventional linebacker? Like, I know that Denard Wilson is going to be able to put him in spots like on the edge and just get him like untouched hits, untouched pressures, and things like that. But how are we processing the run game? How are we processing our run fits? How are we looking in coverage? Do we look comfortable? Are we just covering space on the field, or are we covering men that are near our zone and near our grass and things like that? So he was not asked a ton. He did it at Ohio State, but not asked to be like this every down conventional off-ball linebacker. He has looked really good so far in camp. Now, if anything, the fact that he's looked this good, the fact that he's processed things so well, I mean, the thing that we are confident the most in Orville Reese is his tackling ability and his strength. So we get a chance to actually see that now, since we actually didn't see him do that during training camp. So I am so excited about Orville Reese. Defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year expectations I have for Orville Reese, because I think he could just put up an insane stat line. And I think we'll get, like you said, a little glimpse of it on Saturday.
Good times right now at the John Boy Media office with the Yankees humming and the Giants about to start. Justin, you and I will be live later on this afternoon, YouTube, Talking Giants, 4:15. Thanks for a few minutes, pal.
Thank you, brother. See you soon.
Take care. The great Justin Pennick of Talking Giants and John Boy giving you a little taste there. Of course, he nerds out. Can't just go with the Beckham love. He's got to be talking about J.C. Davis and the offensive line. But that's what makes Talking Giants great. So I'll be doing that a little bit later on with Justin. Love chopping it up with him. It was great at Fanatics Fest when he joined us. Joe in Oceanside. Joe, what's up? You're on the Fan.
I think it's great that the Giants brought in the cornerback from Detroit just for an interview. I think it puts added pressure on our cornerbacks last year. And I think it's given them a message that they better step up.
Yeah, but it's only a message, Joe, if you sign him. Because I think if you let him walk out the door and you don't sign, which they did let him walk out the door, but if you don't eventually sign him, then what message was really received?
Well, that they're still looking for cornerbacks.
Okay.
They're still looking for,
That's fair.
for players.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could look at it that way, that they got to wake up. I could also look at it as, I mean, it's got to be a little alarming. You did spend a lot of money on Paulson Adebo a year ago. You did draft a corner high in the second round. Minimal money, but you did sign Greg Newsome. And I think that's what scares me heading into this preseason game, because right now the Giant cornerback room also is really banged up. Adebo hasn't practiced for 2 straight days. Newsome has a hurt knee, and Drew Phillips, their nickel corner, has a knee sprain. So they're going to be thin at corner when they take the field on Saturday against a preseason game, so whatever, give these other guys reps. But I do wonder, and I am cautious about the idea that everybody's raving that Deonte Banks has had such this great preseason. And there's got to be a part of you that's like me that wonders, is he having a great season? Because ironically enough, after that call we just received earlier, the Giant receiving corps just sucks that bad, and Deonte Banks looks that good. Like, there's a part of me that worries that. So I want to see how he goes out there versus the Minnesota Vikings. And if the Vikings aren't play starters, like I don't assume Justin Jefferson is lining up versus Deonte Banks. Maybe he is. I haven't actually paid attention to what the Vikings are doing starter-wise. But if it's second-team Viking receivers cooking Deonte Banks, is anybody going to feel good about this cornerback room when we wake up Sunday morning? You're not. You're not. Because now that the whole storyline this camp has been what a camp Deonte Banks has had, making us believe in it, and that's only going to put more pressure on signing a Terrion Arnold. Brian in Babylon. Brian, what's up?
Hey, Sean. How you doing? You're my neighbor.
I am. I'm a West Suffolk guy. What's up, man?
Yeah. So I was listening to you guys yesterday. I was on delay, but you were kind of right with Orion's belt. I mean, you just had the wrong star. You said the Big Dipper.
Okay, so all right, hold on, Brian, just for anybody that wasn't listening yesterday, I'm going to reset this. Good. I assumed, or I thought I was taught, that Orion's belt was I think the handle of one of the dippers. And then I was shot down by Tiki, Paulie, and a caller telling me I was wrong. You're saying I'm sort of right. So that's the reset. How am I sort of right?
So number one, you're completely wrong.
The caller was wrong?
And you were wrong too, but okay. Orion's belt points to a star, the brightest star in the sky.
The North Star.
Okay?
Yep.
No. The star is named Sirius.
Okay.
You can look this up, fact check me. I learned this at a planetarium when I was in like 5th grade.
All right.
That's a brightest star. It is named after a satellite company that you guys will be broadcasting in September on.
Sirius. Okay.
Yep.
Now,
So,
hold on. Now
Belt-
I'm totally confused. So where we are going to be kind of simulcast on Sirius, you're telling me that network was named after the star or the star was named after the network?
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
The owner of that company named Sirius after that star.
I got it.
Which
Okay.
Orion's belt points to.
Okay. So how...
So you probably learned somewhere like that belt,
Okay.
pointed to an important star. You just had the wrong star.
Got it. So when I look up, the brightest star in the sky is not the North Star?
Correct.
Well, what the hell did we hype up the North Star for? And thanks for the call, Brian. Whole life. I mean, it was a hockey team named the North Stars. A whole life. North Star. North Star. Look up. There's the North Star. Hey, Sean, look up in the sky. There's the North Star. Look at that bright star. It's the North Star. We fed our kids lies the whole time that bright star was called Sirius. Well, where the hell's the North Star then? I'm totally confused. And maybe this is part of growing up in New York with all the light pollution that you only see 6 stars a night. 3 of them happen to be in a row, and it looks like a belt. On a good night, you're lucky to see the Dipper. But now the brightest star in the sky was a star named Sirius? I'm totally lost. Paulie, where's the North Star?
Yeah, so the North Star is in the sky.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you just turn on your microphone and say the North Star is in the sky?
Yes, where it was. I'm telling you where it is.
Okay.
It's technically, it is not the brightest star in the night sky. It ranks 48th in brightness. The misconception comes from its fame in navigation, not its sparkle. The brightest star is Sirius, which is also known as the Dog Star.
The Dog Star?
Yes.
So Lugauer loves it.
Or me.
Oh, right.
Dog guy.
I was going with the dude Dog's Damage. That's Paulie Rosenberg making everything about himself, folks. 888-808-1019. Jake in Rhode Island. Jake, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Sean? How you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, so I've been hearing so much about this Giants receiving corps, and I'm wondering what the big concern is. Only because it seems like they have a lot of depth. It seems like if Neighbors is healthy, obviously that's a big question mark.
Yeah.
Everything looks good, but when was the last time a really good receiving corps ever won anything? Like, look around the league. Like,
well,
what receiving corps is that good?
Now, to be fair, the team that won the Super Bowl last year had arguably the best receiver in football, just a season ago.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's now. I get your point. Do you need, like the Bengals, by investing in T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, have they actually won a Super Bowl? No. The Rams, pretty good special dynamic duo that year with Odell and Cooper Kupp. When they added Odell, it changed everything. That was Odell still churning, and Cooper Kupp was one of the best receivers in football. You need great targets. Now, you could argue part of the reason the Bills can't get through is because they don't take the wide receiver position serious enough, and that's why they have exits every year. The Eagles did have 2 really good receivers in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. They won a Super Bowl. So when you say, what teams have good receiving corps win Super Bowls, the answer is most of them. That being said, the Giants are just caught in this weird spot where I think a lot of the receiver panic happened early when it was, well, if Malik Neighbors isn't there for a month and a half. Now it looks like Malik Neighbors is going to be there. And now when you start putting into motion the idea of Isaiah likely being the second pass-catching threat, I do agree I'm less concerned about the wide receivers. It's just more of, I think it's more intrigue than anything. Like somebody's got to step up and be a true number 2 on this team. Calvin Austin, you live within a slot. Malachi Fields, you hope is that guy, but he's still a 3rd, first-round pick. And I think it just worries you because here you have another coaching staff that might be falling for the banana in the tailpipe that is Darius Slayton. Because Slayton, if you just read stats, and I'm sure if you get around Darius Slayton, who I think is a good dude, and I think he studies, he's energetic, he's charismatic, and I think he could talk his way with a good coaching staff into convincing you he's something that he's not. When truth is, when the chips are down and a big moment is on the line, Darius Slayton almost assuredly is dropping that football. And if Darius Slayton beats out a Darnell Mooney, he beats out Odell Beckham Jr., and beats out a kid in Malachi Fields to be the undistinguished number 2 outside wide receiver, yeah, I do think you should be alarmed at the Giants wide receiver core, because that means essentially not much has changed. Again, outside of the health of Malik Neighbors. Scott in Montvale. Scott, what's up?
Just wanted to straighten you out about the North Star. Its name is Polaris.
All right.
And it is, the previous caller nailed it. It's a navigational aid. If you stuck a stick through the Earth from the South Pole to the North Pole, above the North Pole, Polaris would sit directly on top of that stick. And all the other constellations in the sky are in different places in the sky at different times of the year, but Polaris is always directly north of the North Pole.
Okay. I mean, thanks, Scott. Here, and I have two issues with that. Number one, you're never sticking a stick through the South Pole all the way up through the North Pole because there's a hot core in the middle. And number one, that's too long a stick. Okay? That was number one. Number two, why are we calling it the North Star if its name's Polaris? Why are we calling the other thing a star if it's dog? Can we also stop naming things that don't deserve names?
No, remember growing up that you could, like, buy a star?
I remember.
That the infomercial,
yes,
you bought
I
a
remember.
star?
Exactly. And everybody bought the same one, and you guys all got suckered in. I'm sorry. You name people, you name pets. Stop naming everything. A star's a star. I don't need Polaris, Uranus, humongous.
They need to know where they're going. Like, naming star, it's important.
No, if you need the one navigation star and go, that's the North Star, that's fine. You don't need to then go, by the way, its real name is Polaris, so if you fill out a birthday card to it, just make sure you don't put the North Star. It doesn't always like being called that. What are we doing?
I'm sure someone named Polaris found it.
This is where scientists, they have a little too much time on their hands. You don't need to name everything. Get lost.
We got to get Neil deGrasse Tyson to call in.
Enough.
I'm a huge fan of that guy. We got to get him to call in.
Then get him to call in on a show that cares. I don't care.
You do care. Look at how frustrated you're getting right now.
Because I hate stupidity. Ironically enough. 888-808-1019. Big change in the Yankee lineup. That, I got to be honest, Shawnee likes it. More on that when we come back. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves as fast as you do. Windorama stocks the Northeast's largest selection of in-stock Andersen windows and doors, ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They're built in-house, and for 3 days only, August 25th through the 27th, save 10% on Andersen and Therma-Tru during Windorama's flash sale. Plus, Rama Rewards for Pros earns up to 2% back plus free delivery. Windorama for Pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit WindoramaForPros.com.
It's the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Happy to have the architect of the New York Jets, the general manager, Darren Muji.
We're evaluating every player every day, every snap. Now, we're not making, the sky's falling judgments every day here out practice as well. This is part of training camp. And whether you're an experienced player like Gino or a rookie, you're going to have days.
Get the Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This past January, we saw Fernando Mendoza in Indiana beat Carson Beck in Miami in the College Football National Championship game. Tonight, the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders play in the preseason, which means we'll see Mendoza and Beck go head-to-head yet again. Neither are expected to start in Week 1 for their respective teams, but with good performances in the preseason, they can make their claim to action sooner rather than later. I'm Nick Costos.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and an 8% give of alcohol. Dial up the fun with Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In a world parched for excitement, Twisted Tea's your refreshing thrill ride of flavor. The hard iced tea that's smooth, made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Optimal Fibers in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum Fibers, so fresh, so fine. Got another provider leaving behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. 30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-4448. Terms apply. See optimum.com for details.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Hungry for 3-row seating. Available 24-inch total combined panoramic displays. And a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With capability that keeps going wherever life takes you. So go ahead. Take the fork in the road. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. Display comprised of a 12.3-inch instrument display and 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment. See retailer for warranty details.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer Savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at nielsendodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82 at tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
from the Salt Shack on Friday, August 28th, 2 weeks from tomorrow, a little end of summer bash, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I think Jerry Recco's going to join us out there as well. Surfside bringing in the event. Be plenty of those to be downed, I'm sure. So look, I know for me as a Long Islander, I have a lot of fun on the shows we do when we cross the rivers and we go to New Jersey. Whether it's, been American Dream and DJs, of course, where the morning show did their kickoff the summer event. Getting to do a show on Long Island, where I know a lot of you guys are great WFAN listeners, doesn't happen enough for me that I'm so fired up to bring a little end of summer bash to you. Come out. Turn out. Let's go. Let's have a good time. Let's represent. Salt Shack, free parking all day for those of you who are used to that, Town of Babylon only pass. No. You're getting in. It's going to be a fun WFAN day, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., August 28th at the Salt Shack. And if you've never been or don't know what I'm talking about, quite literally, it is a 2-story bar, restaurant, live music kind of venue on the sandy beaches of the Atlantic Ocean on Long Island. Gorgeous premise. A beach I grew up literally growing up going to, which is why I'm so fired up to do the show. I mean, I'm 8 years old, my little sand bucket playing out at Cedar Beach, and I get to do a live radio show from there on this station? Hell yeah. So come out Friday, August 28th. I can't wait. And as I've talked about, that day coming up in 2 weeks, us to get to set the table for you, that's a Yankees-Red Sox night at the stadium. That's a Giants playing the Jets night at MetLife Stadium to close the preseason. Zach Brown... and we're giving away tickets he has 2 shows coming up at Forest Hills. I think we're giving away tickets later this afternoon, if memory serves. Zach Brown's playing at Forest Hills that night. And I think we get Willie Nelson and Sheryl Crow at Jones Beach that night. Like, incredible, end of summer vibe that Friday is going to be in 2 weeks. So start that day, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., maybe even a little liquid lunch. Surfside. Let's have some fun. Going to be a great, great event. Now, speaking of great events, the Yankee lineup today. Something is happening in the Yankee lineup that excites me. George Lombard's moving on up. And I was called crazy 3 days into his tenure when I said I would already start investigating batting him leadoff. When you think about his approach at the plate, his inside-out swing, he has a good eye. He is not overwhelmed. And many pushed back and said, well, do you want to put that much pressure on the kid to be the savior? And to me, you're in a Yankee lineup. Is there that much more pressure when you're hitting leadoff? Is there really? I mean, what an old school thought to have. You're playing shortstop every day for the Yankees. There's already pressure. How much more pressure do you think there is because you're hitting leadoff? You're hitting leadoff in a lineup that really hasn't had a leadoff hitter in a decade? What are we talking about? So he's not hitting leadoff today, but he is hitting 5th. And look, for a guy that hit 9th last night, has hit 8th a bunch, has hit 6th some, if you're making the jump to rise him all the way up to 5th, and I actually just, now that I'm scrolling the Yankee lineup, I see McMonagle has the same take, which is, there's not that much more of a leap when you're hitting 5th to go, can you handle hitting leadoff? So Trent Grisham leads off at center. And look, as much as I don't love the idea of Trent Grisham, the leadoff hitter, sometimes you just have to retreat a little bit and go, Grisham's the hot hand right now. He has 2 hits a game in each of the last 3 games, including the 2 homers last night. So I would have made the move a week ago, but look, Booney waited this out, and the dividends are being paid. So Grisham leads off. Ben Rice is DHing, batting second. Spencer Jones right back in that 3-hole, which is also just tells you it's good that the Yankees are acknowledging the rise of Spencer Jones, but it's going to be that much worse to stomach when Bellinger comes up, and Spencer Jones probably is the guy because of options to get sent down, but he's hitting 3rd. Luis Garcia Jr. is the first baseman. He'll clean up. George Lombard Jr. will be that protection for Luis Garcia Jr., the shortstop. He'll bat 5th. Jazz at second will bat 6th. Jose Caballero, the right fielder today, will bat 7th. So you're getting Cabby back in the lineup. Ryan McMahon, the third baseman, who's really just kind of revived the bottom of the order there a little bit, is the third baseman batting 8th. And the long string of Austin Wells starts, what did it get to 9 in a row for Austin Wells starting, comes to an end. Ali Sanchez will catch and bat 9th with Max Fried on the bump today. I like the idea of getting Cabby's got to play at least once a week, if not twice a week. Good things happen when he plays. I know he annoys the hell out of people, but I like the pest-like nature of him. And let's be real. The other, kind of elephant in the room is you traded for Heliot Ramos. What has he done since getting here? He's been the antithesis of what Garcia and Lombard have done since they've gotten here. You take him out of the lineup today, you play Cabby, you put him in right, maybe I'll be shocked. Maybe they'll DFA Ramos. Maybe that's what they do when Bellinger comes back, and they actually ride this out with Spencer Jones. Maybe that is what they do. And I'm actually not giving the Yankees enough credit, but we'll find that out. But either way, Spencer Jones hitting third and George Lombard Jr. hitting fifth, that kind of thing is why it sounded like a playoff atmosphere during this homestand at Yankee Stadium. Those two guys, they have electrified this fan base. They have made us have this weird, I'm so mad at Brian Cashman. I'm so mad at this team. They don't score enough runs, but oh my God, damn, these guys are fun to watch. And you're kind of in that juxtaposition. That will continue today. Also, today starts that 3 straight games situation. It won't be the same series where we're going. Fried, Cole, Schlittler. And keep an eye on that. We've a month into getting to see these 3 guys in the rotation at the same time. Seeing these guys kind of pitch in that order has become boatloads of fun. So you have this, and then it'll lead into those first 2 games with the Blue Jays, with obviously Cole and then Schlittler. And then at some point here soon, we're going to get Carlos Rodon thrown back in the mix. So you get a Max Fried day at Yankee Stadium and George Lombard batting 5th. Have fun with your day at Yankee Stadium if you're out there today or on your way. Frank in Monroe. Frank at 888-808-1019. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Shawnee, what's happening, man?
What's up, Frank?
I am in lockstep with you as far as, saying that this might be the breakout now. To me, they looked like a baseball team last night, right?
Yeah.
And I love the home runs. But even if you take away Grisham's homers last night, the Yankees would have still won. They got base hits and doubles.
Small ball. Yeah, they got a ton of doubles. Spencer Jones is banging them off the walls. Garcia barrel on bat. It's a lot of fun.
Sean, he's got to stay. Jones has to stay. Why would we send him down?
No, look, Frank, I'm with you. I'm just objectively looking at the roster and understanding that you're going to have more flexibility with September with the 1 or 2 roster spots that come with Stanton and Judge. But to get Bellinger back, I'm just playing the option game. I prefer Jones stays. Like, to me, Ramos does nothing for me at this point anyway.
Right. Agreed.
And I would have had a more uncomfortable conversation with Grisham before the last week. But I'm I'm excited about the Yankees, but I'm also understanding how they operate. And, I mean, is there Spencer Jones back-to-back in the 3-hole? But if we know anything about this Yankee team, that oftentimes doesn't mean anything. They usually do the easier thing as opposed to the harder thing. And the easier thing is going to be to use the options and send Jones down.
Okay, so think about this. What about when they were all put Jones in right field? The kid is a good outfielder.
Well, he really should be the center fielder.
Hit the ball.
Frank, their best defensive outfield, and thanks for the call, would actually be Spencer Jones in center, Judge in right, and Cody Bellinger in left, if we're being honest. The conundrum with that, though, then comes in, well, if Stanton's healthy and Ramos is healthy and Ben Rice is healthy and you're not willing, I'm sorry, not Ramos, Garcia, and you're not willing to put Garcia at second, one of those guys is going to sit. If you wanted to go strictly offense with a tad of defense in the outfield, and you said, what's the best Yankee roster? Obviously, Austin Wells has to catch because you don't have another catcher. And obviously, Ryan McMahon has to play third. From that point forward, it's Lombard at short. At second, it would actually, even though his glove wasn't good last year, but I think if you want the bat, it's probably playing Garcia at second. It's playing Rice at first. It's DHing Stanton. And it's Bellinger, Jones, and Judge in the outfield. And that would take Grisham out of the lineup, even though, again, he's red hot right now. So I'm just talking about October. It would take Jazz out of the lineup, and you would live with that. But are the Yankees going to be willing to do that and play Garcia some at second base? Now, remember when Garcia was first acquired, Aaron Boone said, he's going to first DH, and we'll see if we work him in some other spots. He did leave that door open, where that door was not left open, basically for the idea of Ben Rice catching. So it's going to be interesting. But, of course, that's all assuming health. And with the Yankees and the way this year's gone, assuming health is probably a stupid strategy. John in Rutherford. John, what's up?
Sean, my guy, what's up, dude?
What's up, John?
Bro, so look, man, I agree with everything the caller said. That's pretty much what I was going to say. I'm at this game last night. They look like a baseball team, and now we got a young guy who goes up there, doesn't try to do too much, puts great. I saw he gets 2 base hits, great swings, does what he can with 2 pitches to get on base, start a rally like he's done. And I don't know, I don't know how you have the stomach to send Spencer Jones down when he's playing the way, if he continues to play the way he's playing, number one. And number two, that's kind of the beauty that we still have guys coming back that are going to significantly improve this lineup that's starting to finally wake up without them and being on their own.
But that's cut, John. That's what sucks about the Spencer Jones thing is that to get those guys in the lineup, I just know the way this Yankee team operates. They're not going to take Grisham out of the lineup. They're going to sit Jones, and wouldn't it be so refreshing to kind of have the scenario I just had where it's like, yeah, Bellinger, Judge, and Jones is the outfield. How sick is that?
Absolutely. And, like, the last thing, too, if the Rays win, they win the division, bro. Like, they're winning. They're playing great now. How are they going to play in October?
But unlike, and John, I don't know if this is where you're going, but when Evan always brings up that the Yankees under Boone have never won a series that they had to start on the road, he's right. But I also kind of just view the Rays in Tampa, as great as they've been, is that really a road series for the Yankees?
No, it's not. I agree. But, like, I'm just saying, like, I've seen tons of teams that were dominant, like them, winning a lot of games. My example would be like the 2023 Braves, who were an absolute juggernaut all year, and then lost in the first round of the Phillies in a divisional series. But like I they don't scare me. Like whoever is hot in October wins, and
that's it.
I hope that's us. I really do.
Yeah, and John, I just hope these are starting to be the signs. I don't want to be miserable when I watch the Yankees. I hate that I sound like an entitled, bratty Yankee fan to some. I hate that, but it's my natural feelings, right? Like I swing with the pendulum. I'm never going to lie to you guys. If you guys don't like me, if you like me, neither of that matters to me. But I'm just telling you, I'm authentically me as a fan. And it bothers me that I watch the Yankees win 90-plus games and I got to point out the negatives and get angry about it. But it's because there are things that separate them from being a 90-win team to a World Series winning team that they just can't help themselves. And when I saw the trade deadline happen, I said, here we go again. They won't go all in. They won't add the extra bullpen on. They won't improve catcher. But by calling Lombard and Spencer Jones up, and by finally getting these three aces going, there is opportunity here for the Yankees to, in spite of all the issues we've had, go, man, they get these guys back paired with what they're starting to brew here with the young guys. This is refreshingly different than past Octobers.
Yeah, and I think, listen, part of being a fan is like overreacting and being wrong
at takes,
obviously.
Of course.
And listen, I make fun of people all the time on social media about how, they quit on a Yankee team when they're down 5-0 in the second inning.
But the
2 hours
difference
later,
is
it's 7-5, and then you're saying they're going to win the World Series.
And I even made the joke last time, like 3-0, the game's already over. But that's the way they had been playing lately with one run. But you were waiting for a night like last night because ever since Friday versus the Braves, when they came back, you felt the energy of the team go, man, this is Lombard magic. This is Spencer. Like this team they're playing a little different. The pitching's keeping them in it. Having that outburst last night. Now, could they turn around today and give you, like they did on Sunday, one of those games where it's 2-1 or 1-0 and you're going, man, you couldn't save some runs the next day? It wouldn't shock me if we're sitting here at 4:30 and we're getting ready for the Carton show to come on and we're sensing that. Nothing would surprise me, but I think long form here beyond today, I do think what's happened last week and what happened last night, I think we're just chipping away here at the Yankees reviving this season.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. And listen, if you don't want to go through the ebbs and flows of the season, that's your call. Just start watching in October.
That's it.
Start watching, and every fan can do that, me included, you included. If you don't want to go up and down and be wrong on takes, legitimately start watching when the games really, truly only matter, which is the postseason, and enjoy a month of overreactions. And that's
no doubt. No doubt. We'll continue to take your calls on the Giants in just a moment, but I do want to eat, Paulie, before it's too late.
Paul Rosenberg, the legend.
In the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless. Connecting everything, everywhere. Paulie, round 3 for Cinco for you. What do you got?
Round 3, and you mentioned you were hungry.
Starving.
And did you know today, August 13th, is National Filet Mignon Day?
There's always something.
There is. Always something.
Always something.
So in honor of that, my top 5 steakhouse side dishes.
Oh, a side dish.
A side dish Cinco.
That's up my alley.
Is what we're doing today.
But for specifically when you order steak, because there's a different mindset here. We're not talking about chicken.
Correct.
All right. I just want to put some mindset. Here we go.
Number 5.
Steamed or sautéed broccoli is number 5.
I'm not anti-broccoli.
Now, listen, you need a veggie with your meal.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
Honestly, the earthy flavor kind of cuts through nicely with the meat.
The problem is sometimes chefs can over-garlic up the broccoli, and it becomes a little overwhelming.
I honestly like a plain steamed broccoli better.
Maybe a little cracked black pepper.
A little salt, pepper you put on yourself. But give me a steamed, crisp broccoli, I'm down with that.
All right.
Even a little charred.
I want to see where else the list is going, but I don't hate it.
Number 4.
The garden salad. The garden salad, not a Caesar salad, because too much cheese on it, and cheese sucks anyway. But fresh greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, oil and vinegar, maybe some balsamic. It's a crisp. It's nice. It refreshes the palate a little bit. It's very nice.
I like a spinach romaine kind of combo blend.
That's fine.
My issue with the garden salad, the two vegetables I can't stand in a salad. Cucumbers. I don't like the taste of cucumbers at all anyway. I'm not a pickle guy. I'm not a cucumber guy. Onions. Now, you give me like a sautéed onion, a fried onion. Obviously, when you make an onion unhealthy, I love it.
The raw red onion you don't like.
Oh, I hate it. So I'm out on that.
Number 3.
The garlic mashed potato.
Oh, it's top notch. I'm shocked that's not number 1. I hope that if that's not number 1, I have another number 1 on my list, but I love it.
So always, listen, you need a potato, obviously. And I was considering even looping in a baked potato with this, because a baked potato on a steak goes well. I did not do that.
I prefer the mashed.
The mashed potato.
Because you do it all in one bite.
Yes, and although you can go steak fries, I just think a mashed potato is a better, you get at a steakhouse, it's proper. Don't get fries. Get the mashed potato.
I think the mashed potato at its best is the best form of potato, period. And that includes a fry.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's totally fair.
Number 2.
Thick cut bacon is going to be number 2.
This is where you're getting too hot takey here.
Excuse me?
I don't mind thick cut bacon, but it's a side. It's more of an appetizer, first of all, but it's a side dish.
A side dish. A thick cut. You put some maple syrup on it, some sweetness to go along with the savory of the steak.
It's a gimmick side. It's not a real side. It's a gimmick side. I can't. Number 2, come on. That's not. First of all, if you want to include it on the list, that's not better than mashed potatoes on the side.
It is.
All right. Listen, I knew you were swerving with one thing. Can I guess number 1 before you say number 1? Because if it's not in your top 5, I might blow a gasket.
Okay, hold on.
Number 1.
What do you think number 1 is?
Cream spinach.
No, I'm anti-cream spinach.
It didn't make your top 5 list and you put thick bacon?
It was either going to be spinach or broccoli. I went broccoli.
So what's number 1?
Sweet potatoes with marshmallows.
This isn't Thanksgiving, Paulie. We're talking about steakhouses here.
Nothing beats the combo. The savory orange potato, the crisp marshmallow on time. You get the sweetness. It is the perfect bite to complement the meat. Many people would agree with me. I implore you to call in at 888-808-1019.
We got a Yankee game coming
up. And again,
up,
sweet potatoes with marshmallows with a mid-rare filet mignon.
Paulie.
It is wonderful. And that is your Cinco de lunch show.
Paulie, thick cut bacon and sweet potatoes and marshmallows, just top 2 steakhouse sides, and leaving off cream spinach or some corn. And by the way, who's to say you can't put 2 versions of actual potato? You can't do French fries there. What a pathetic attempt at a Cinco de Luncho to throw me those at your top 2. I'm never going to a steakhouse with you, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Listen, you're entitled to be wrong, which you are now.
Okay.
There is nothing beats sweet potatoes with marshmallows as a side.
888-808-1019. Well, that was the Paulie Rosenberg Hot Take 5 minutes, folks. We'll get you back set for Yankee baseball. And when we come back, we'll take it up until 12:55 in Yankee pregame with the Yankees and Mariners coming up next.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Now is the perfect time to shop Flag and Anthem's college game day collection. Flag and Anthem has your Saturday lineup covered. All your favorite shirts, quarter zips, and hoodies from Flag and Anthem with officially licensed logos. Plus, shop the end-of-season sale. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
Your NFL destination station is The Fan.
What John Harbaugh will do, he'll hold everybody else accountable. So if Jackson has a bad game, it's not going to be about Jackson Dart and his bad game. It's going to be about, I guess, the fault of everybody else on the team.
NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and Giants legend Tiki Barber hit you with the most informed opinions, taking you inside the team facility and inside the huddle like no one else can.
If Kate Klubnik comes in and he understands the system, he plays well in the preseason, there's no reason he shouldn't be playing if Geno Smith is playing like Geno Smith has played the last couple of years.
The greats talk shop with you here all season long on your home for everything NFL. 1019 FM WFAN.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all with no rake. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Circa Survivor, pick one winner each week. Last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
What an atmosphere tonight. The stands are packed. Down here, 2 fans side by side, both holding a Heineken. Promising start. The chant begins. Listen to that. Perfect sync. Corner coming in. They lean forward together and goal! Arms up. They cheers. Wait, that's a hug. That's a hug. Let's check the replay. Yes, 2 strangers at kickoff. Friends by full time.
Fans have more friends. Find yours in the stands. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, in the game, you always need a backup plan, and your phone is no different. A second line from Red Pocket Mobile is perfect for side gigs, keeping your work and personal numbers separate, and just staying connected without the big carrier price tag. Starting at just $10 a month, you get your choice of 3 major 5G networks with no contracts or credit checks. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Fanatic Sportsbook makes every baseball game day this season hit harder. Swing for the fences with long ball jackpots. Just pick the player who hits the longest homer of the day to win a share of $50K in fan cash. Every day brings a new shot to win. Customers also get baseball profit boosts every game day. And your bets earn you fan cash, win or lose. To spend on merch, tickets, exclusive experiences, and more. Go deep this baseball season and download Fanatic Sportsbook today for the best baseball betting experience each and every game day. Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MyReset. CT call 888-789-7777. MA call 800-327-5050. NY call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, $1 small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Fight Night is here, and there's no better place to trade the action than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Robertson is currently trading at 35% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $273 if he is able to take down Dern. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $20 when you trade 20. Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
The New York Giants are getting ready for a new season. What are your expectations for Big Blue? Join the conversation at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Access PT. Don't play through pain. Outperform it. Physical therapists at Access PT create personalized plans to get you moving again. No referral needed. Most insurance is accepted with locations throughout New York. Care is always within reach. Go to accessptw.com for an appointment today.
It's 7 and Tiki with Shaun Morash, but just the with Shaun Morash part. Me and Tiki will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. We got you up until 12:55. Yankee pregame coming your way then. And it's time for that WFAN Fan Focus. It's Logan Gilbert and Max Fried at 1:35 in a game that can be heard right here on the Fan. Yankees looking for the sweep of the Mariners. Most other Major League Baseball games being played this afternoon. They're leaving that 7 p.m. Eastern window open for actually a 7:30 first pitch. And what is the Field of Dreams game that's returning for Major League Baseball? Twins and Phillies, standalone spot again tonight until about 10 o'clock. Then I think you get a Dodger game that comes up. But you're getting that Field of Dreams game again. Game is going to be exclusively on Netflix tonight. So Netflix did opening night. They did the Home Run Derby. They're getting the Field of Dreams game tonight. I think Kevin Costner is going to be in the booth. I found myself the first time they did the Field of Dreams game, which was, of course, the Giancarlo Stanton homer, the White Sox, Yankees. I thought it was a lot of fun. When it came back the second year and forgetting the teams it had, again, thought it was fun. Then it went away, which probably is the way this should happen. You know, it makes you miss it a little bit. Will I tune in? I probably will at some point. I probably will, although I got a couple more episodes of The Bear to get through, another overrated show. I probably will. There's a lot of preseason football tonight. Big issue, though, I have with the Field of Dreams game, and it's something I said a couple of years ago, and, I'll run this take back because it's just the truth. It's not played on the actual Field of Dreams. It is played on a makeshift field that they invented and then did construction to adjacent to the Field of Dreams. So I think there's two problems with this. Number one, I get it that it was a movie set field and people go to see it. you can't find a way to tinker with that movie set and make sure that the dimensions are proper? Because I think one of the arguments was, well, the bases aren't exactly 90 feet or however the infield dirt is. You got to do some work to that to make it work. This game's got to be played on the actual stupid field. It's not, you can't call a Field of Dreams game a Field of Dreams game if it's not played on the Field of Dreams. And then while that clear fencing into the corn is cool, if we're going to do this, just make everything live. No fence. Corn is the fence. If it goes over the corn on a fly, it's a home run. Anything grounded into the corn, live ball, like wiffle ball. You want to get people to care about this Field of Dreams game? Real field, real corn. Corn's the fence. A clear fence on an adjacent field is, in fact, not a Field of Dreams field. Now, we did get to the bottom of the major show controversy as well, Paulie Rosenberg, which is this. I came in and disgustingly, horribly saw nail clippers that was sitting next to the desk I was sitting at today. And I turned over, and I was immediately, ugh. And I am not the most sanitized human at all times. I mean, I'm cleaner than most people think. I'm a 2-shower-a-day guy, sometimes 3. I like to shave every part of my body. That being said, arms included. When I don't do any of that at work, all right? I'm not sitting here with a man groomer going underneath, my from under and grooming myself. Because you know why? That's stuff that should be done at home. But there were nail clippers here, shards of nail. And I said, who in their right mind does this at the workplace? And there were only a couple candidates since we last left at who would be sitting here. And somebody has taken ownership and has removed the nail clippers from the studio. And that would be Craig Carton. So Craig Carton of The Carton Show clips his nails at work. The disgusting pig that he is. So sorry, Gordon Damer. Sorry, Tommy Lugauer. I guess sort of sorry, Tiki, that your names were even thrown around in such a disgusting action. But Craig Carton cuts his nails at work. And I, for one, think it's one of the most gross things that anybody on planet Earth could possibly do in a communal workplace.
The attacks have to stop. It's crazy.
No, they don't.
Is there a Yankee game today?
Yes.
The baseless, offensive attacks have to stop.
Craig.
I wouldn't cut my nails in this studio. What am I, an animal?
You did.
How do you know it wasn't Big Mac?
Listen, from what I understand, sources close to the situation tell me those
sources, like your Giants sources?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I don't need the team to refute this. SNY apparently runs cameras that are never off.
That's right.
You were hacking away at your nails and cuticles.
Hacking away? No. Cuticles? No. There might have been during a commercial break a little trimming.
Don't you have a home you go to that you can't do this in?
I'm very, very busy. I'm trying to multitask. And if one rare nail didn't make it into the garbage can and popped up and I didn't see it, I'm so sorry it offended your sensitive sensibilities.
It's disgusting.
No, what's disgusting about it? You don't eat off the table.
I do.
Okay, then it's disgusting.
You eat candy off the table?
All day, every day.
Yes. What if one of those nails was in the bottle caps?
Well, it's my nail, so it wouldn't be a problem.
You'd eat your own nail?
If not on purpose, but if it's in a bottle of Nerds and I throw the Nerds back. I'm not suggesting it's not, but they were clean. I shower, I wash, I scrub. And it was
you don't scrub here.
It was an unfortunate mistake.
You don't break out the loofah and go, hey, look at my boys downstairs. Let me scrub them here.
I also don't have a loofah. Oh, I wish I was a loofah. That being said, whatever happened to the concept of home team and keep our private business private?
When private business, I have to become Jazz Chisholm talking to coat hangers at this point.
Is that what this is
now?
Yes,
I'm a malcontent. When I see a nail
you are a
clipper
malcontent.
Yes.
And I thought you were a happy-go-lucky guy.
I am a happy-go-lucky guy.
It doesn't sound like it.
Listen, you left me half a bottle of Coke. I'm happy to drink that. I'm not
By the way,
happy
you
to
know
be
my
the
new thing is now if you go to Quick Check, they have the Coke slushies every day, all day, which is better than the Slurpee, by the way.
The Coke
slushie is like if I go to a movie,
okay, yeah, you were
large popcorn, extra butter, snow caps, Twizzlers, the largest possible size Coke slushie.
Well, you didn't mention the whole point of getting the popcorn at the movie is the Reese's Pieces in the popcorn.
No. And you put Reese's Pieces in the popcorn? You make it chocolate popcorn?
Yeah, and chocolate peanut butter popcorn.
I don't hate that.
I'm shocked that you don't do that.
I'm not a huge Reese's Pieces guy.
Oh, it changes the whole feel of the Reese's Pieces.
I'm not upset about that, but it kind of bastardizes the brilliance of the movie theater popcorn.
Does it? You don't put any candy in it?
I put the white cheddar topping on top.
Okay,
that little blue canister.
That's a little rough. Then you can't be mixing a snow.
By the way, my son Lucky and I go to the movie theater sometimes just to get that popcorn and bring it home. Have you done that?
I did something different
But similar?
I door-dashed it.
You DoorDash popcorn from a movie theater. You're so lazy. Like, how far away is the closest movie theater to your house?
About 10 minutes. Well, Craig, I mean, listen, I was watching a movie at home. And you know, a Friday night, I might indulge in some other things to make the movie hyper-attentive. I wasn't going to get behind the wheel of a car, and I said, ooh, this is on DoorDash.
Oh, so you're being responsible.
I got the big bucket. I got the side box of Reese's Pieces, and I sat there pouring it in.
Craziest
it's how I ended up being a fat piece of ass.
When we get the popcorn to go, which we do frequently now, it's weird because they saran wrap the entire bucket.
Yeah, they don't want any loose one.
And they put the little cup of butter on top.
Ooh, so you pour it at home.
So you have to pour it at home. I don't know why they do that, though. Like, I want the butter on the popcorn, obviously.
Yeah, I don't want to work for it at that point. I guess they figure the saran wrap will have it. I'm glad they wrap it, though, because you don't want the popcorn falling on all the loose nails
but
that
then
are
it's
surely in your
hard.
car.
Yeah, well, that's also true. It's hard that when you reach over into the passenger seat and it's saran wrap, you can't eat it on the way home, which is, it's like, it's a tease is what it is.
As long as we're here and you're here and you bring up something.
Do what you gotta
all
do.
right, I've never asked you this because something tells me we think alike. You go to the drive-thru, a Wendy's or something like that.
Yeah.
You get the car food too, don't you?
100%.
Like you get the food that you bring home, but there's always a junior bacon or a fry.
Something you're eating before you get home
it's
that you would swear on a stack of Bibles never existed.
Immediately I get home, that receipt crumpled up in the pocket.
That's the other one.
The bag gets refolded up.
Yep.
2 junior bacons are eaten, you have no idea.
I don't know how your wife is. Don't ever throw the receipt out in front of her.
Oh, no.
Because there's always let me just check, make sure there wasn't a food item, a car item.
No, 1,000%. It stays in my pocket.
Yes.
And then if there's a time, I'll slip it in my wallet, I throw it out at work.
And it's typically either an order of fries or it's an order of nuggets.
Yeah.
It's something that you can quickly throw down and get rid of any of the evidence.
No doubt. I'm not having a Big Mac in that spot.
Exactly.
No
not
pun
that
intended.
I haven't, but
no pun intended.
I had half a burrito on the way in today.
I've done that at the movies, by the way, too. I've snuck in a burrito.
Yeah, I always found it weird, people that bring food into the theater.
Why?
But if it's something you like to eat.
Well, if you're seeing a 6:30 movie, it's still dinner time.
Yeah, it's still a little strange because you know there's food there and it's food you like eating.
It is, but
and it's better than the food you make at home.
But okay, so
your popcorn at home, while I'm sure good, not as good as movie theater popcorn.
Right. But I have the burrito. Half hour to the movie, now I'm having the popcorn and candy.
Yeah,
I don't stop eating.
I don't hate that. I think we're similar in that regard. I'll give you that.
But we just don't cut nails at work, and that's
you've never cut your fingernails at work.
Never,
ever,
never. I do it
in any place of employment.
I have a strict fingernail cutting time. It's whenever I go number 2.
That's normal?
Yeah.
So you're sitting
I'm sitting in the bathroom.
You cut your nails on the toilet?
I am sitting on the toilet going number 2, and I'm clipping.
By the way.
And I'm going like this. I lift up my package, and I throw the nails into the toilet, and I flush them.
So you catch the nails?
Yeah, like I have my other hand up. My legs are spread.
So you're in there.
I'm nipping.
So your kids are under 6?
Well, my oldest is 6, yeah.
Okay,
Why?
6 under. Because you're hiding from your children.
Of course I am.
Yeah, you're camping out in the bathroom just to avoid children duty.
Listen. There's whenever you see
you're like fourplex multitasking is what you're doing.
I usually send my deepest tweets from the toilet, and I get all my nail clipping done, and I flush them.
Yeah. So where do you keep the phone while you're in the bathroom?
It's
you
on the
like
counter
sink?
next to me. That's what I do. And the little wipe on the way out.
Play Wordle.
Of course. Immaculate Grid.
Yeah, 82-0.
Exactly. Nail clipping games on the phone, Craig.
That's the nail clipping on the tour. Like if we put out a poll today, which of the acknowledging that they're both unacceptable.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I would think the nail clipping on the toilet is more unacceptable.
You've inspired me, and it'll certainly be more entertaining than any poll Evan puts out about who should be the Mets closer.
Yeah, and tell Evan when you're on vacation, nobody wants to hear a douchey
Rico?
posting from the Rico.
Did you see?
Series over. Game over. You're 18 games under 500, buddy.
Did you see what he did? I know you're boycotting because he doesn't comment on YouTube. He had the nerve last night, him and I guess it was whoever was doing it, put out series winning win over the Braves recap. They just lost 2 games in a row.
It's ridiculous.
It's sad.
It's sad is what it is.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
It's sad. There's a desperation there not to be a Mets fan, but they can't bring themselves to it.
This is the Rico Brogna podcast.
And they just win every series they play.
Exactly. And I'm glad you're a Yankee fan now, Craig.
A fake one. I acknowledge that. I got my fandom is completely fugazi.
Now, I have 10 minutes left of my own time, so I'm going to kick you the hell out of the studio.
What you got to do.
I love you, Craig. See you later. Not really, but yeah. Love's a tough word. Craig look at the respect he gets right out. This is great. Yeah, I'm a toilet clipper. So I'll get back to you guys on the phones now, though. 888-888-1019. Angelo and Emerson. Angelo, what's up?
What's up, Sean? A couple things here. I'll be quick. I'm on your side. Mashed potatoes, best corn potato, easy, no questions
Oh, it
asked.
is. It is. Thank you.
Slight cold take though with the Cinco. Asparagus, man. Asparagus.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Yes. Second, obviously you know him. I'm a good friend of Nick Isadori, recurring guest on Talking Giants. Went down to West Virginia with Justin for camp. So
yes,
shout
okay.
out,
Snacks.
Shout out Isadori. And the last one was my real question, which I called for. Obviously, like all Giants fans, I'm super pumped about Isaiah Likely, but I still think Theo Johnson has like something he can add to the offense, whether it be situational, 12 personnel. Like, how much do you think we're going to see him this year?
Theo Johnson, I think you're going to see a ton of him this year. I don't think the fact that they got Isaiah Likely changed it. I think what changes it is you're probably going to be less frustrated in those crucial moments. He's just going to have like less of those opportunities when he dropped a big football last year because I think those balls are going to go to Likely. But I still think Theo Johnson's going to play a ton. I still think there's a good player in Theo Johnson. I just think he has that Darius Slayton syndrome where you're frustrated as hell and he can't be your number one pass catching tight end option if you drop that many passes. But he's still a young player. I still do like his game. And when he makes a big play, boy, is it a big one. Theo Johnson is going to have 2 or 3 of those moments this year where you're like, you are reminded of the talent that's there. But the usage rate, it's going to be Likely as their go-to target. But like you said, 12 personnel, they're going to run a lot of those 2 tight end sets. And 3, if you count Ricard as the fullback on there. Derek in Metuchen. What's up, Derek?
Hey, Shaun. This is the first time I've ever called in, and I had a call about this. I almost drove off the road with this knucklehead or minion that you had do the Cinco de Mayo. Please,
Paulie Rosenberg? Never again. I think he's banned. I agree.
Never. Even if you host, and it's been a great listening to you today. I usually, sometimes when you're with the other guys, little comments here and there don't agree with, but today's been a great show. So
I appreciate
put you at that. But, garlic mashed potatoes, cream spinach, asparagus, like the gentleman just said, a nice lobster bisque soup or lobster and mac and cheese.
Now, hold on. Derek, do you count the soup as more of an appetizer, though? Because I think that was my issue with the thick bacon.
Exactly. Sometimes, yes, but I think it's a necessary thing with a nice steak dinner. It just makes the experience just that much better.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. Look, bottom line is this. Sweet potatoes or marshmallows, nobody's saying they're bad. It's a Thanksgiving side. It's not a steakhouse side. And I think somebody texted Paulie this, and I think I agree. I don't think it's readily available at every steakhouse like you walk into. I just don't think that's a special option in the fall.
You can ask for it, and the chef will make it for you. You're spending
Come on.
You're spending a ton of money there.
Paulie, all due respect, you do a Cinco like that, it's got to be something that's on the menu everywhere you go. Fries, mashed potatoes, cream spinach, broccoli. You dropped the ball there.
I didn't, and it's okay. You just don't want to admit that the content I provided was smart and it was honest to a fault.
Well, we'll find out if I get any text from management later if the content you provided was worth it. Alex in Westwood. Alex, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, Shaun? Yeah, the last caller just kind of stole my take there on lobster mac. Lobster mac should be in the top 5 for sure. If we're talking soup, then you got to put oysters in because that's not really a side. That's like a starter.
Yeah, that's fair too. That's fair too.
And then, last take, I'd say with the Giants and this receiving core, I think a lot of people have concerns like who's in the 2, the 3, and whatnot. But really, I think it's going to be very situational for the bottom pack of those receiver core.
I agree. And I think there's going to be a lot of running plays with the big body that is Malachi Fields making those plays. All right, that was a quick one today. A quick one. And a big one coming up for the Yankees. Can they break out the brooms? God knows the Rays sweep enough teams. Can the Yankees sweep the Mariners? If you're headed out to Yankee Stadium, beautiful day. Have a great day. It's Max Fried Day. George Lombard's hitting 5th. Spencer Jones is hitting 3rd. Thanks to Paulie Rosenberg, despite the Cinco, for another great day. Tiki and I back tomorrow, 10 a.m. After the Yankees, the Carton Show comes your way. Hopefully he's done clipping his nails. Enjoy Yankee baseball. Take care, everyone.